another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And hello, 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 hello. Ooh, woo! Ran out of breath. Ha!
No, but can you hear me? Your thing say your mic is muted. Look at your name. Can you see it in front of your name and say your mic is muted? Now talk. Talk now.
Let me do this. You know what, bitch?
Because you was going good. I heard you at first with the notes and everything, and then all of a sudden the shit
It just went out. It's something with this. Okay, so the system did this because when I come in, I can only, it automatically unmutes me, because I set myself up to come in. I don't know how this damn thing went and did what it did. So, all right, well, you know what? Okay, we are here. And things, let me plug up the other microphone.
Look, I was about to say, I don't know where we started.
But
I watched that thing. You was trying to take me out of here. You could have let me know I needed
no.
I was already emotional. Oh, FYI, the flight was full. She didn't get on it. Oh, no. So okay. I was just like, don't have a meltdown.
Right, okay. And that happens. When you're flying standby and carrying on, it happens.
Okay? Yeah. So, especially it's a Friday night from Philly to Atlanta.
Exactly. Okay, it is weekend. Okay, listen.
Yeah, and
let me put you on solo.
Okay.
It's not technical difficulties, bitch. Shut up.
Who said that? Who
this
said
my goddamn
that?
child, honey. She up in here raggedy computer and kid on her goddamn mouth.
Ooh.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
See,
okay, it is not technical difficulties.
I can't save you. You better stop it.
Okay.
Okay, so
but that's her being funny. That's a child. She called herself trying to be cutesy.
When your mama bust you in your face, I can't get around there fast enough.
Okay.
Is she there?
No, she not here. She on her way here.
Oh, so she talking trash from the travels.
In a minute and want to laugh and want to be loud.
So don't be talking trash from the travels now.
Oh, honey, listen. Okay, but that's her. That's her. Okay.
Okay, yeah. You want me to solo for a second?
I'm a solo you for just a second. No.
Okay.
I got the air on. I got my overhead light on and I don't have my spotlight on. And I've been working with this light and I'm a little dim.
Yeah,
so
you are.
Keep my light on.
Okay.
So solo, I got my
hey
mic
guys, how's everybody doing? I am sitting here making jewelry. So what me and Meech was just talking about, Millions was up in Philly and she was on her way back, and she's flying standby. You know, my other daughter works for the airline, so the flight was full, so she's gonna have to try to come in the morning. And I know she really wanted to come home because she really wanted to come home last night. But let me tell you about much. I love my baby, but let me tell y'all something. Airhead sometimes, you understand? So last night, before she had already got her boarding pass and everything last night, she went to go to the vending machine and saw a book exchange along the way. McMillions loves to read, okay? So she over there messing around with the daggone books and didn't realize the time had passed. By the time she got back over to the gate, the door had closed. So, you know, she wasn't too happy with that because she was ready to come home. Today makes 3 weeks she's been up there, and it's fine sometimes when we up there. But she just wanted to come home. She wanted to come home. You know?
She wanted to come on home.
She just wanted to come on home.
And do her thing.
And do her thing. So hopefully she'll be able to get us in the morning. The first flight, y'all know me, first flight for me during the week be 5:30 a.m. But they don't have any of those. They only it's the weekend, so it's 8. So I said that's not too early, but you know, you better have your mind on the 8:30 one.
Exactly. Okay. If you're trying to get home at any kind of decent hour.
Right. Because you know it's the weekend, and getting back and forth from Philly to Atlanta on the weekend, American Airlines is still on a limited. They're still flying on a limited schedule. So you know it's not like before where it'd be like 10, 12 flights back and forth.
Right.
It's really only about 4. So doing it on the weekend is a little tricky anyway. That's why had she been diligent about getting back over to that gate last night, she would be
diligent. Had she been diligent, darling.
Yes. Okay. Go get the chips and get your ass back over to the gate.
How about that? How about that?
Okay. You know. So we're just gonna pray her here in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me say hello to the people, because the people are coming up in here.
Now ask everybody, do you sound low? Because you sound low to me, and my volume is all the way up. So is it me?
Okay, I hope not. Is it okay? Y'all talk to me. Let me go to this goddamn microphone again. What the hell is going on?
But that's what I'm saying. Because at first you didn't sound low.
Hello.
Like I hear you and I hear you clear, but you don't sound like the volume isn't up like normal.
Okay, then let me try now. Is that doing any better?
There you go.
Is that better? Okay, yeah, I had to. Okay, yeah, I had to play with the volume over here. I had to take it out of stereo and put it on echo cancellation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You got a new mic? Did you get a new mic?
No, you know, I still had the blue microphone that I usually have.
Oh, okay.
When the other computer went out, I haven't been able to use this because the USB ports on the other computer wasn't working.
Right.
And so I'm still on the loaner, so I just hooked up this mic to this computer.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, so okay.
So that's absolutely fabulous.
All right, so there was that. Okay, Lauren Young Adams, that there is my cousin. Hello there, darling. Okay.
Yes, little cuz. Hey.
Okay, yeah, that's my little cuz right there. Okay.
Lauren, in here. When we first start doing it like this.
Right. Okay.
Hey, baby.
Okay, what's going on? Rhoda is up in here.
Hey, Rhoda.
Okay. All right. Hey, Hugh, what's going on, Mr. Lee? Mr.
Hey,
Lee.
Hugh.
Oh, Mr. Lee. Oh, Mr. Lee. Hey, Mr. Lee. Oh, okay. Okay.
Happy Friday to everyone. It's not real low no more.
We just corrected all of that. Okay, we've corrected it. I can hear you both. Thank you, darling. Okay, now listen, let me get you guys into my form of libation today.
What you got? I should have came around there and got some with you.
No, well, actually, I'm drinking kind of healthy because I really need to go on a cleanse.
Okay.
I really need to do a cleanse because, yeah, I really got to. So what I did was I wanted to try something, you know, this orange, carrot, ginger, turmeric juice.
Oh, Okay, that's not by
This is the
Naked,
one from
but that's
Aldi's.
from Aldi. So that's the Aldi's brand of the Naked one. I've tasted
Yeah, uh-huh.
the Naked one before. That's good.
And honey,
That's a
I
good
can
one.
do this. I didn't think I would because I was like, carrot and ginger? How the hell are they doing that? Right?
It's good.
But what there is carrot, ginger, turmeric, they added a little lemon and some black pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that there gives it the little kick and the little spice or whatever. This is absolutely fantabulous, honey. I can do this. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
since we're talking about with the healthy things, I thought it was just me. Y'all know
Okay.
I love infusing my water, and I hadn't been doing it in like a few weeks. So this is my third day. These will probably, after I drink this, these will probably go in the trash, and I'll do a new cucumber because this is the third refill on that.
Okay. Hey there, Miss Lola. Okay.
About the cucumber being in the water gives you like this refreshing taste.
Well, you know, it also alkalines the water. You know, cucumber and lemon alkalines
Right,
the water.
cucumber, lemon, lime.
Lime. Yeah.
Limes. The trick to it is the key limes. Because they say the other ones, you know, that's a hybrid, but I don't care about being a hybrid as long as it ain't
Okay.
made in the laboratory.
Okay, Lola asks, is anyone getting the COVID shot? I got one, and the second one coming up. I'm a little nervous. Honey, God bless you.
I think Buck has them. I think he got the second one already. So
yeah, I think Buck is, but I'm going to encourage everyone to do what is best for them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it right now.
Yeah, my thing is a wait. Yeah, I have a.
Yeah, I'm going to wait because right now they've made everyone guinea pigs with this thing, okay? Because there's not enough information about the long terms of what this thing is. That's why the information keeps changing daily.
Right.
Because they're still figuring this out. And remember that this is still not FDA approved yet, not 100%. It's only approved. No.
I didn't know that.
It's approved as emergency. This is an emergency approval. It's not FDA approved. None of them. And I think it's I think one of them.
I like that part.
One of them has started the process to become FDA approved. I think it's the Pfizer.
You get all the way FDA approved.
Right. And so right now we're still in that emergency stage. And so because of that, you know, they say trust the science, believe the science, and carry it on. I do believe the science, but right now for me, the data is insufficient.
Yeah.
So give me another.
And that's just for us. You guys have to understand.
Yeah.
We have a lot of different health issues and stuff like that. So like I know Natural's neighbor got a COVID shot. Now they thought that it was actually the COVID. He passed away, right? They thought it was the shot. It was not the shot. What it was they didn't take into account the medications
that he was taking.
And it was a reaction to one of the medications.
He
had a heart attack. So for that, for me, it's like, okay, we having these drive ups.
Right.
I was okay with the drive up for the test. We done that together. Me, Meech, and McMillions.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the test, but you giving me something and a drive
and then chewing me off, right?
Yeah, because you don't have my medical history and all that old stuff.
Exactly.
It's not. I would probably rather the pharmacist than even my doctor, because you know the doctors don't give a fuck sometimes. Right. They don't be looking. They got so many different patients. They might forget that you want something. Your pharmacist not the CVS that you know giving the free shots. Talk about the one that you go to.
Right.
So that they can look in the thing and say,
and they can pull your medical history up, and
I would probably feel better.
Now you know what? Now that's a very good point right there, because I wonder if they do that for those who come in for the shot. Are you a client of ours, and they could go through, pull you up in the system?
And I think they should encourage that.
I you know what? That's real good, Nick. I like that. I like that a lot.
They should encourage it, because and I'm telling y'all honestly, I would trust my pharmacist, because you know your pharmacist be like, well, wait a minute, you know you taking blah 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 blah. Because even if your doctor prescribed you something, and you call your pharmacy to pick up, they say, well, you know you taking blah blah. You
taking this, and that's gonna have an interaction, right?
To the doctor and remind them that you're taking this, or to say you might got more than one doctor. You know, your primary doctor might be prescribing this. If you got an oncologist like me or whatever, I might have something else that got something to do with my blood or whatever. And both doctors might not know that stuff, but my pharmacist will, and my pharmacist will be able to say, hey, they can't take that because they taking this over here.
Right. And that's real good.
I would be a little bit, I would be still after it's FDA approved.
Right.
I'm still waiting on that
right
part.
now. I'm still waiting on that. For that reason. So now, those of you who have taken it,
That seems to be fine.
Those of you who have taken it, I'm not going to discourage you not to, because like I said, I want everyone to do what your spirit, what your consciousness, what you feel is best for you.
Right.
Okay. Do that so that you can have a peace of mind, because the whole thing of this thing here is to make sure that everybody is in a state and a peace of mind.
Right.
What I am
right now, they said some shit like I can't travel.
Okay.
I'll be right at I'll be the first one in line.
Now, I am going to encourage this. Whether you take the damn thing or not, still stay on
damn mask and
your
all that
omniversal precautions. And I'm saying omniversal because, damn it, it's the same.
It's universal. It's
wash your damn hands, sanitize your hands, and
still
carry
try to
on.
stay away from people that you ain't with on a day-to-day basis.
Wear the damn masks.
Please.
I don't give a damn what they telling you. The CDC trying to say if you fully vaccinated, that you don't have to wear the mask.
Yeah, I'm not
doing that. Tell me not to wear a mask. And
even Uncle Joe said that, and I was about to jump through the TV. I was about to say, Joe.
But no, Joe was gonna say it because again, they're saying, based on the facts and trust the science. But you can't tell me to trust the science on something that has no symptoms. I mean, no symptoms if you got it. A lot of folks are COVID positive with no.
Yeah, they are asymptomatic. Remember, that's how we got
and don't know that they're doing it.
Remember, that's how we got it. An asymptomatic person.
So with that being said, honey, no, you have to make sure that you do what you need to do to protect yourself. The vaccine is not cure. It is a vaccine.
Thank you. Please understand that, people.
Vaccine is not cure. It is just a vaccine.
It's like you're taking your flu shot, and sometimes you still
Okay, you still get it.
It is a strand of a flu. It's just terrible.
Okay,
it's still a strand of a flu, and it's like sometimes you get the flu shot, you still get the flu, or sometimes you get the goddamn flu shot and then get really sick right then. So
right. And that there part of that disclaimer, because like some folks will have a reaction to the shot or whatever, but that there is partly normal, because usually, like when I was taking allergy shots in Canada, they would tell you to wait 15 to 20 minutes before you leave your doctor to see if you had an allergic reaction or whatever. So there are times where some people may have a reaction to it. It may not be the vaccine itself. It may be other things because you're allergic, whatever. And that's what they have to test out. But right now, they're pushing this shit on everybody so quickly.
That's why I say I would feel safer.
And I like that idea with the pharmacist, because the pharmacist could go in and look at your medical history as far as your medicines and stuff are concerned.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you guys, please hear me clearly. I'm saying your pharmacist. Not just the CVS that you ran into because they was giving the free shots.
Not the random pharmacist. The one.
Right. I'm encouraging you, especially if you're ready, if you feel like you want to get it now. Just at least go to your pharmacy where you take other medications, if you take other medications. If you ain't on no medicine and you just go to the pharmacy, cool. But if you're a person like us, you're a certain age and stuff like that, and you taking medicines and stuff, I just want to encourage you to get it from your pharmacy. Or ask your pharmacist about it. If your pharmacist ain't getting it, say, well, can I get a list of all my meds so when I go?
Exactly.
If I gotta go to another pharmacy, because
and a list of all of your meds that you've taken in the past plus what you're on now.
Yes.
Because depending on how long ago you have been taking all of them, you still got that in your system. So that's something to consider.
So yeah, for me, it's not one of the drive-ups.
Okay. Glad to see DT has returned. Have a great
Go
show.
ahead,
This is
we.
a well-needed me time tonight. Okay.
I hear that.
Okay, well, stay in the comments or just keep your ears on if you're feeling, honey. If not, okay, we'll see you on the next go round. And if you're going to leave right now, I got to make this show announcement. That this coming Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be May 23rd. This coming Sunday, May 23rd. That the legendary honey, Miss Sarah Dash from the
It's
group.
back, honey.
She's coming back and she's going to be with us on Sunday, May 23rd. So we will have 1/3 of LaBelle, honey, the sex kitten, the puss, sex puss, Miss Sarah Dash will be joining us Sunday. Okay. So y'all guys get geared up for that. Okay. Okay. Lola said one coming up. Okay. So she's talking about her second shot. Hey, Eric, I pray all is well. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I say this with all due respect. No, ma'am. So you ain't taking it either. With all due respect. No, ma'am. Okay. Ah, yes, as of Tuesday, I will be fully vaccinated. I encourage each of you to do what you feel is best for you and those around you. Amen. Amen.
Come on.
Okay. Okay. Let the children say. Okay. Oh, my Lord. My condolences to the family. Okay. Right. CVS didn't ask me anything really. Okay, well, probably because they haven't even thought of that particular idea. You know what I'm saying? They're just being facilitators to make sure folks get the vaccine and things, and they probably have not considered to look into folks' medicine history and carrying on, and to see if that's working. If that's going to work. I'm cooking, but I'm going in on this. Okay.
Hey, doctor.
Uh, why are we doing drive up for the vaccine? I also wonder who determines who gets what shot, Pfizer, Moderna, or JJ. You know what? I think what it is not they don't determine it. I think each particular site has the particular do-out. They'll tell you, okay, we do the Moderna
We do
over here,
this one.
or
Yes.
we got this
Yes.
one over here, or this one
Yeah.
has Johnson and Johnson.
That's correct.
Now,
Yeah.
now I will say this: that the one, no, they had the Johnson and Johnson, but when the Johnson and Johnson was going through problems, they had pulled it and then put the Moderna over there in its place. So yeah,
But I thought Johnson and Johnson was back.
it is. I'm talking about in the
Okay.
beginning.
Oh, okay.
They had pulled it and then they bought it back after whatever research they did,
Yeah.
and they brought it back. So now it's back. Yeah.
If
Okay.
they tell me Johnson and Johnson, this definitely will be a no for me.
Okay. Buck says, I feel most who have not at this point probably will not. The country is opening up regardless. Yeah.
Well, that's not true because as soon as they say it's FDA approved, I might be in the line.
Well, for me, like I said, when they say it's FDA approved, it ain't going. It may take up to a year or so.
Yeah.
So by the time it gets there, I'm giving this until 2022 so that we can start to have some data. Because those of y'all who have taken it already, when you go to your doctors and carry it on and get your checkups, well, now they're talking about you may need a booster. I just heard that on the news just a few moments ago. That now they're talking about you're gonna have to need a booster shot because the damn thing wearing off. You know, I think they only give you like 3 to 6
It
months.
ain't gonna look like that vaccination mark we got, is it? Remember they said that was a booster shot, didn't they?
Girl, I don't know.
I don't want no more marks. Telling everybody how old I am. Let me tell them how old I am.
I got the Pfizer from a medical clinic that I've used in the past. Okay, that's good, Edwin. I wish I was in the same town as you. Love you guys, Big Me. Oh, bless you, baby. We down here in Atlanta, the ATL. That's where we are. Okay, come on down. Come on, I'm right here in College Park, right at the airport, honey. We are, yeah. The two of us, we ride around the corner from each other. Okay. Buck said, I will most definitely be wearing my mask in most social situations, regardless of the new recommendations. Now that there is gospel. Okay. It feels like Final Destination and World War Z coming soon. I'm good on it. How about that? Okay, how about that, darling? Okay.
Yes, Nick, little cousin. Like I was about to say, yes, please.
Edward says the government and big business lost too many coins in 2020, so they're trying to recover them dollars. You better say that. You better say that. They had me sit for 15 minutes. Okay, so they didn't talk to you, but they made you sit for 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's to make sure you
Well,
did
wait,
not.
was that Lola that said
That's
take
Lola.
you to the CVS?
Yeah,
CVS didn't ask her nothing?
didn't ask her for nothing, but they made her sit for 15 minutes so that.
Okay, but is that your CVS, Lola, or was that just one that was doing it? I mean,
Okay, right,
what do you go to CVS? Because CVS
right,
is like a nationwide database, so your stuff will pop up anywhere. But
right.
I'm
Laura
curious to know that. Is that a place that you normally
frequent.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing that they're concerned about, not the people. Well, you said that, baby. Okay.
I feel like that too long.
Okay. Eric says, please consult with your medical professional or physician before making any definitive choices. How about that? Because I have heard folks say that their doctors told them don't take it. You know, because they have all this other medication and stuff, they tell them not
Right.
to take it. You know, I've
That's
had people tell me that their
definitely
doctors are telling them that.
right. Come on,
Okay.
Lola. Meech just turned 51. I'll be 51 in a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
so we all up in here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. They are required to tell you which vaccine you will be receiving. Yes, they are.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
they have to tell you.
yeah, because they tell you, okay, we using the so and so here and things of that nature. Hugh says, I still don't trust that that Hooray Johnson and Johnson. Okay. Okay,
Me neither,
right.
because if I had decided to do it and then they said it's the Johnson, I'd be like, well, it's a no for me.
You know
Sorry.
what? Well, here's the thing. A lot of folks went to the Johnson and Johnson because as we all are, you know, well, if you don't like needles, all you heard was it's a one shot thing. So a lot of folks will opt for that one because it's one shot. My
Yeah,
whole thing is this: Johnson and Johnson has a bad track record already that they still have not cleared up.
that's what I'm saying. And
You
y'all,
know, as far when we talk about the talcum powder, and I understand that that's just the one product, but that damn thing it's been in the news for years that they have not settled, and it has been proven that their people have not done what they were supposed to do to tell the folks about the medical side effects.
right.
Okay. So if they did that with some fucking talcum powder,
Period.
if they did that
And
with talcum powder,
Johnson and Johnson. It's
you
a
talk
no.
about a vaccine
I don't even
that is
want to use
going
y'all
in my
lotion.
arm, that's going to be floating through my system. Oh, honey, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
even want
no.
y'all lotion. Look, even when my kids was little, this is so funny because I never like even thought about it. But you know how when the kids be little and you either get the Johnson and Johnson or Baby Magic stuff.
Right,
I always bought Baby Magic because I always thought it smelled better. So
right.
I
Okay,
never bought the Johnson and Johnson baby lotion and the shampoo and stuff. I always bought the
right.
Baby Magic one. I think I had got that for niece. It had to be Johnson and Johnson because Walmart didn't have the Baby Magic one. I was a little mad.
Okay, how about that? Okay, Lola said yes, honey, yes, and okay, yes and a no. Okay, so I forgot what question she was asking. Eric said the booster shot discussion was inevitable. Remember, vaccine is not a cure. And also remember, other vaccines will become available later this year from other companies. Now, that's the thought.
I ain't
Now,
taking none of them until the motherfuckers
the question becomes, are those vaccines going to be FDA approved? Because
until
right
one of them
now,
say FDA approved,
you know, right
honey.
now we're still up under emergency care or whatever, and those coming down the line should be coming up under the FDA approved. You know, kind of do our bidding. And then I wonder which one is going to be the generic. You know,
Yes. And
everything
then y'all gonna cut corners with the generic.
You know, exactly, because you know everything. You know, we all have medicines and carrying on, and then once you start having to pay for it with your insurance, because right now the government is paying for all you getting free shots. The government is still paying for it, but eventually, when it goes on and become FDA approved, you're going to have to pay for that shot. So that's going to be insurance. So now, if your insurance don't cover the shot, is there going to be a generic version of it?
Now that's one thing. You know what? There's another thing we need to talk about. How
Right,
about y'all make them insurances?
right. Right. Okay. Lola said it was not her pharmacy. Okay.
Okay, but you do go to CVS. That's what I'm asking because
Okay.
CVS, as long as you in their data bank, like
Right.
you could go
Because they're
anywhere.
national.
You could be anywhere in the country and
Right.
have them pull up your stuff.
Exactly. She said she took the Moderna. Okay.
Uh,
Johnson and Johnson is a no go for me. Ha ha. Come on, Emmanuel.
Hell yeah, man.
Okay. And then any vaccine must be approved for at least emergency approval in order to be implemented. Exactly.
But emergency approval.
But emergency approval is not FDA approved. Right now, this is an emergency, so they still got to go through another clearance. Right. And so the vaccines that are coming down the way that you're saying are coming later on this year, are they going to be in line to be all coming out FDA approved, or are they still going to be just emergency use? You know, I go shopping only. That's not my pharmacy. She go on no, so she doesn't use CVS.
Oh, see, she don't even use CVS. Yes.
Right. Okay. Let me bring Red up in here because he's been down here for a second, and then let him say hello. So then we're going to get into some of the different topics.
Hey, brother.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, children?
My mind over there. Hey, cat.
What's going on, baby? What's the business?
Look, I just feel the need to call him that all the time now.
Hey, we had some family just pop up in this motherfucker like in the last hour, so now I got to drive Naomi to Conyers.
Oh Lord. Okay.
All right, goddamn. Can you call on the way?
All the way out, Conyers?
Conyers ain't far from us if we go.
No.
Oh, if you go to back way, that's right. Because I came back from Conyers one time and I said I put not the streets.
Yeah.
And they brought me through like McDonough and stuff. I was like, wait a minute. That's how I wound up over at that new JJ's Fish that time. Remember when I called you?
Yeah.
What they doing? Is they franchise? That's how I wound up there that day.
Yeah, because if we go out the neighborhood the way y'all come in, and we go out the neighborhood and turn right and keep straight the hell on out, you and Conyers.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so they gotta go out Conyers because I was gonna call her after this.
All right.
Well, you can call her. It ain't like her ass driving.
I mean,
Lola says hello.
Don't act like that.
Hello, everybody.
You says we all have to do always what's best for us. We might be good for some. What might be good for some might not be good for others.
Right.
If the shots make you feel good at the end of the day, fine. Do your research and make your choice. And that's what we're saying.
And that's what we say.
That's what we're saying.
We know somebody close to us that did the Johnson & Johnson.
Really? How
okay.
They good?
And she's still kicking around here like she ready to kick everybody's ass, and that's Gigi.
Oh, really? Okay.
Gigi got the Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Well, all right then. That's a listen. Y'all understand. Gigi.
If you take the aspects of her not being ill and her still popping around here like she's 40 years old, 30 years old, whatever.
Right.
And
Gigi
she doggone,
cookie, baby.
And she doggone, you take her age factor and put it in there, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay.
Dig that. Well, and we appreciate that. You know, we appreciate that because we needed a positive testimony with that Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah,
so
we know Gigi.
Right, because I'm on the page of everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All I want to know, I ain't got nothing to say, but hey, Miss Johnson, the hell.
How about that?
Right.
Okay. Lola says, Big Meech and Red in my head is my big brothers. Oh, bless your heart, baby.
Not necessarily in my head, because they usually just like this. Even when we together, they be teamed up and stuff, Lola.
We just got adopted, me and Big Meech.
Okay.
We big brothers.
Right. Okay. I know 3 people who had the J&J shot. Their side effects vary. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what we're saying. Like everybody's going to be different.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do what's going to be best for you. Like what they said down in the thing. I would say, like I said, I would rather once I decide, if I ever decide to say yes, it's going to be through my pharmacy so that I know that they have all my medications. I can talk to my pharmacist first.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, if you got more than one doctor, like a lot of us may have,
right.
You know, one doctor might not know what the other doctor giving you, but your pharmacist know.
Right.
But your pharmacist to say, hey, you know, like I said,
look who done showed up.
Do something.
That's some smart. That's some smart shit. Look at that there.
Look who done showed up.
Wow.
What's up?
Yes. Hey,
all I can say is wow.
Okay.
Our CEO is in the house.
I chose the Moderna because
imagine that
the time had the fewest severe side effects, particularly for me. And okay, got
you. Look, let me go. I gotta drive Miss Daisy.
You gotta go driving. Okay.
Don't do that. Don't call my sister.
All right.
Don't worry now, I got your back.
Thank you, because you know what's up.
The story is
Lord, bye.
Rub some pain cream, honey.
Yes,
Ah.
get some numbing cream.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we got the cream for
Oh,
you.
we got the cream.
We got the cream.
Oh yeah,
for
I
you.
missed that the other day, so I did talk to Meech a little bit about it. So I'll be calling you.
All right.
It's gonna
Okay.
be at the end of the
We
month, or
got
maybe
the
the first couple
cream.
days of the first month. But I
We
got
love you back, baby. Love
it. Are
y'all.
you having fun? Are you having fun?
Kawanda, go get something to drink. Bye.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm on a they on girls trip, right?
Yeah, so I told her to go get something to drink.
Okay. All right.
Look, don't get in no trouble. Wink, wink.
Wait. Okay. Let it be calculated. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's get into this, and I want to start here. Damn, he left. Hopefully he still got his ears on because I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with y'all first before we get real serious.
Oh.
Before we get real serious, because we have a number of things going on. But child, okay, listen. I didn't put her up in here, but I'm gonna get ready to read the story. Y'all want to hear something?
Which one you gonna do?
Listen, child. Let me tell y'all. Where is it? It's over here. This is it. Okay. Her name is Pastor Mrs. Veronica. Okay. She is the founder of Life of Faith and Prosperity Ministries. Okay. I believe this is in Nigeria somewhere because it's called Asaba, Delta State. Well, she claims she has an anointed vagina.
That's in Nigeria.
And said that any man who has sex with her will be healed of his fertility problems.
You know they be in Nigeria, they be having those pastors that used to be the men. Talking about they got the anointed penis and people have to get fellatio and all kinds of stuff. You ain't seen them before?
Yeah, oh, honey, the reason why I wanted to point this out is because that's all I've seen was the men doing all this craziness. You know, and some up there saying that, that their seed, honey, was blessed by God and carrying on, and they had to ejaculate in the woman in her mouth or whatever in order for her to be healed and blessed by God. Okay. I've only heard it from a man's standpoint. Child just came to me today, and I said, "Oh, you have got to be kidding me." Okay, but I knew some woman somewhere that that wait a minute, Emmanuel, what you say? Well, I'll be damn, her coochie have anointed. Well, ain't that some shit? Okay,
Listen, honey.
anointed, baby. The woman say that her coochie, honey, is anointed by God. And any man who comes to have sex with her will be healed of their fertility problems. Now, here's something I want y'all to consider, because, and I was trying to look this up before we came on the air. Back in the day, okay, according to traditional biblical, well, I won't say traditional biblical principles because they don't teach this. What they teach is that man should not lie with man and woman should not lie with women. But they was taken out of context from what I had learned and discovered. Okay. It was taken out of context because back in scripture times or whatever, it is said that they had what was known as temple prostitutes. Okay. And those temple prostitutes, quote unquote, were there for religious rituals for those who could not have children. So they would have, since a man and a woman cannot procreate, I mean, two men and two women cannot procreate, it was a sin for them to have sex in the church. Because to have sex in the church with one of the temple prostitutes was a sacred act because you're trying to have children.
Oh.
Okay. So that was a sacred religious thing. It wasn't about, oh, I'm going to go teach myself or a rite of passage kind of thing. or
Yeah.
single and couldn't get, and there's, it from what is told, it wasn't that.
Okay.
Specifically a religious practice so that you can propagate the line.
Okay.
So in this particular example of her saying she got an anointed cooch, is she a self-proclaimed temple prostitute, from back in the day?
I mean, she could be. And we do know that the rituals and stuff that they still practice in Africa are just a lot different from ours. I think it's weird as hell. Go on with your blessed coochie, honey. A lot of us got blessed.
Okay. So that there,
Father God. I know that mom was very anointed.
well, okay, well, praise the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
Hmm.
Yo, better stop. Wait. Is Dr. Marla in here? Sorry, Dr. Marla.
No, but no, she's here because she'll be able to corroborate some of this. Because see that there, when I found this out, and I had a book on it, and I don't have the book anymore, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. And my pastor who introduced this to us, he's passed on. Okay.
I mean, there are so many things biblically that people don't learn about unless you go in search of it.
Right.
And like I always say, remember the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. Now, when I say Bible, I'm just mean the New Testament, because when I say Torah, I mean Old Testament.
Yeah.
Well, at least the first 5
The
books.
first 5 books, yeah.
Okay. So remember, people, there were other things going on in other places besides what was written for those particular places. You think about it, and I use these as references all the time when we talk about the Hittites or the Mesopotamians, and different people are mentioned, but they may only be mentioned once or twice.
Right.
Those people were there, so which means there was something else going on somewhere else.
Somewhere
you
else.
talk about Cush, and you talk about Ethiopia. You said Queen of Sheba. There were other things going on in other places.
Right.
So when you take those books so literally to where this is all that happened right then, these were all the people that was alive. That's not the truth.
Right. Okay.
It's just not. And I'm not here to ruffle anybody's religious feathers. That's just the truth. I did ancient civilizations. That was the class I took in college. Ancient civilizations. There was
and then you have it. Okay. Okay, Lauren says what? She says, I'm back. I have made a sale with a customer. Hi, go make the coin, girl.
I hear that.
Okay, oh my God. I've been so sad about our cousin Tony, but I put his shirt on and it reopened back up my boutique and sold out on my caps and bags. Well, how about that?
I hear that. Come on, Lauren.
Listen, you know what? I want one of those shirts because the shirts was cute. And usually I don't know.
I mean, we all trophy girls around here. I just made this for Lily. Can y'all see?
Okay.
Well, she wants to send this one to her sister.
Okay.
So I'm making the one for Avaya right now. She wants to wear the one that says Avaya. So she wants to send this to her sister for her sister to wear it. Because y'all know I ain't had no damn letters and shit. That ain't the kind of thing that I do. But
Okay. So I thought that was rather cute
you know what? It's just always so funny to hear stuff like that.
Yeah, that there was just that way. But here, let me do this.
And I also feel like, now this might be a real bias of me, and y'all know I don't mind if y'all feel a type of way. But I think I feel a little bit okay about her and her coochie than I do about the men and wanting the fellatio. I don't know why.
Because here's where it is.
Yeah, can you
I believe that it's all about the hierarchy. Okay? Because when a man comes at a woman and comes that way, it always seems as though he's the only one getting pleasured out of that.
Right.
It's
and
no
then to tell
benefit for the
somebody
woman
doing this
for God
to get the demons out.
Right. That doesn't make sense. And it feels like it's a scam, and it feels like you're taking advantage of women. It feels like you prey on women, for the power and the control and the whole idea of pimping, and it has all of that connotation, and a lot of folks just don't feel right.
Because
Here you
you
have
know
a
what? I was
woman,
totally grossed out about them, but this one is making me laugh.
right? Okay, and this was she,
And I feel like I'm being a hypocrite, but sorry.
and then she said, "Honey, I got it, honey. I got the anointed cooch, bitch."
She like seeing
Okay,
the music factory. I
say boom.
got the power. I'm just saying.
Well,
Yes,
listen,
honey.
let's do this.
Okay.
I want to play this because I want to give homage and do what we can to get into letting one of the greats be memorialized. Okay,
Who we
here's
doing?
the
Paul
old
Mooney?
roast from of by Richard Pryor of Paul Mooney.
Listen, baby, but before you roll it, y'all know when I turned on YouTube the other day and saw that, I broke down in here because he was one of the realest, honey. And I don't give a damn what y'all had to say about him. He kept the fuck.
Okay, well here, let Richard tell it in his words.
But I love her dearly. Next to her is what we call Miss Fame. We're calling that with love and affection, as all of us know. Well, he hasn't let us down yet, has he? We've been friends a long time, and I sure wish he'd return my red handkerchief. My wife been wondering where it was. I hope it still has her perfume scent on it. But really, Paul, it's really been a pleasure working with you because we worked together many years ago on the Red Fox show. We started writing together. And we walked into the office with a white man, and Paul didn't. What he did was suck his dick. I must say, Paul had a sense of humor. He didn't let him come in his mouth. But seriously, Paul wrote most of the dialogue for everybody up here tonight. He's a brilliant writer. And, we went once to what was that man's name that we went to and we had to fight? The producer. The producer was little Sheldon Leonard. Sheldon Leonard. We walked in his office. We was there for an hour together, and Sheldon Leonard picked our brains and he said, "Thank you, and you can leave now." And I asked for the money, and Paul said, "Don't do that. Don't get us in no trouble now." I threatened to kick his ass, and Paul tried to join him. But we're dear friends, and this is all in fun. Next, just don't tell him about no Robinson. Next, Paul was with me once when I first fucked my first faggot. And he's been holding that over my head for 2 years. I fucked a faggot. I just want to say it now so nobody else can tell. I liked it. I would have married him, but he had to go away and get operation.
And
Now,
we're
you know what's funny about that for me? Even though
what?
I always remember, we just had this discussion not too long ago because I really didn't, I knew, but I never heard nobody say it.
Uh-huh.
So that's the first time I never even knew that existed.
Yeah, I came across it. I've heard of it before. And Chad, this was just funny. And of course, there's an old interview with Vlad and Lord Jamar. And Lord Jamar makes reference of this and carrying on and things of that nature. You know, he's very homo hatred field.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not a phobia because see, phobia means that you're afraid of something.
Right. He's not afraid.
Okay, he ain't afraid. He hates it. He hates the fuck out of it. Okay, and that's fine if that's what he believes.
I was going to say, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But at the same time, you know, I was
hate stupid motherfuckers. So
I'm definitely ready to go there because the way how he just made all that sound, you know, in that particular interview with Vlad, it was just a bunch of bullshit again because, you know, he was trying to say, you know, regardless of the fact that whatever the rumors are, you know, he was still brilliant and this, that, and the other.
Right.
But he kept trying to go back to, oh, well, he's a little light in the pants, he's light here, as if to say that because there were these rumors and there was this, that, and the other, that he could not have been as great. Or because it was
he ain't funny because he gay?
Oh, that and because he was socially conscious. You know, that's why I call Paul Mooney the king of conscious comedy.
Come on.
Okay. He was the king of it. And I'm going to tell you, Dick Gregory was the godfather of it.
Yes.
Dick Gregory was the godfather.
I was listening to Dick Gregory last night. That's what I listened to when I was going to sleep last night.
Okay.
Y'all know I be listening to all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And dealing with, you know, he pushed the envelopes. You know, his comedy was not to make you feel comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Richard Pryor stuff wasn't there to make your ass feel comfortable.
Oh, listen, you see, they were bosoms. They wrote to know that they were writing partners.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of the black TV shows and stuff from back in the day that was stand-up comedy and comedians, Paul was on the show writing.
Right. He was on the show writing.
He wrote a lot of stuff. You know, Paul is responsible for Dave Chappelle.
Exactly.
Chappelle show. A lot of that stuff came from Paul. You know, so
people don't realize a lot of things, and I just listen. You already know how I feel about why does somebody's sexual preference or orientation or whatever you want to call it, why does that bother you? And why do you feel like it would take away from anything that they are great doing? Why? Nobody's ever going to be able to explain that to me. You have no fucking real explanation on why you would say somebody is not great when you know they great. They're amazingly great. And the thing is, they great, but the fuck?
Right.
What's the but?
Right. Okay, that part. Okay.
I'm never going to get that. And I'm never going to rock with people that feel like that.
Right. Okay. And so in honoring his life, he was almost 80 years old. He would have been 80 this coming August. You know, we've lost one of the giants. I had the pleasure of meeting his boys, honey. Really? What are their names? Daryl and David, or I can't think of the other one's name. But I met the twins.
Okay. I would love to be able. I've never even been to a comedy show of his, and that's something that I had always wanted to do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I just really wanted to go because he just didn't give a fuck.
No, he didn't, and that was the beauty of it. I think, you know, I believe he's one of the last ones that we lost from that era of comedy being, you know, no filter. Now we're in the whole thing of the comedy having to be filtered now. Everybody's sensitive.
Everybody's so sensitive.
We're talking about Paul Mooney, Marla. Paul Mooney. Everyone is sensitive and things of that nature. And, you know, and I say this all the time, that my community, the alphabet community, have started this whole thing of hate speech. We're the ones that jump up and say something that's hate speech, and now everybody else has jumped on that bandwagon, and everybody that goddamn sensitive that can't take a joke, or they read.
But you know what? Now let's play the other side of that. Because I've seen some really disrespectful ass. Cheer.
Now here's the thing. It's one thing to be comedic. It's another thing to be totally talentless, and you just saying some mean shit.
Yeah, and that's what I've been seeing.
Okay.
I think everybody over there to the Bigo streets, think some of that shit be funny.
Yeah.
And it don't be. Like, I seen somebody go off on somebody the other day, and they were supposed to be like, bidding on each other or whatever. But the shit that came out of his mouth, and he was like, well, that's why. I think somebody said something about a mother, your mama joke or something. He was like, no, because that's why you don't have a mother. You're going to have to go and visit that bitch at the grave. And I was like,
mean.
I was like, I know about your mama joke, but that one just, because I didn't know either one of them, so I don't know if the other person's mother was deceased or not. But what if they were?
Right.
Right.
And the whole thing of it is, where were you going with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing your mama jokes or whatever. Okay, the whole idea of your mama joke is
still going to be funny,
far-fetched about it to make a comparison. Okay.
The old ones. Your mom's so skinny she can hula hoop with a Cheerio.
With a Cheerio. Like okay. Oh, that's a butt whooping. Okay, exactly. And it was supposed to be the exaggeration of it all. But when you start to get mean, and now
and I'm seeing so much of that now. And what I'm trying to figure out is it because you've been in a group that has been so picked on that you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna let you asses have it?
Right.
I don't think that that's right, but I'm just trying to understand it, because some of the stuff I've been hearing out of some people's mouths lately just ain't been right to me. And I'm like, whoa,
and the art form itself is losing its edge because you can't really talk about nothing. I mean, look, even here on Facebook and on YouTube and now Instagram and on Bigo,
there are certain things we can't say.
They will bar you if you have an opinion about it.
Let me tell y'all something. Here go one. Last week, I wasn't sure if I had got my hours that day or whatever. I had a lot going on. I knew I had been on Bigo, but I wasn't sure if I got all my time.
Right.
So in the middle of the night, Nighthawk came in with me, and I was just on a solo live, and I said, you guys, you don't have to stay in here with me. I'm just trying to get my hours. I'm sitting here watching The Flash. CW, The Flash.
Right.
I'm telling everybody what's happening on The Flash. I got a message. You have risky content. The fuck are you talking about? And then my live cut off. It didn't ban me, but it cut off. So, I let my agency know, and they said there are trigger words. And because I probably kept saying Flash is one of those ones where they can perceive it because, it's algorithms. So they perceive it as me saying like,
okay.
And then later on, so I don't know if somebody was reporting my live or whatever, because then later on, somebody in my Bigo family, somebody went in their room after they went on later on in the middle of the night and kept saying in his room, why you flashing me? And I was like, what kind of weird ass shit is that? So I'm like, well, can y'all give us a word list, a trigger word list? Because I'm talking about a show that you can watch with your kids and everything. I'm talking about the damn Flash.
Right.
So it's so much, everybody's so censored. But like I said, for us, okay, so here's the thing with over there. Our things go through the Google search engine. So anybody in the United States, Canada, and the UK, anything we say and do goes through the Google search engine, okay?
Right.
But in other regions, like in Africa and in the Middle East and in other parts of Europe, they can smoke in the camera. They can say certain stuff. Hell, they be half-ass naked. And they don't, because their search engine is different.
Right.
So it's just so weird how everything is just, especially here in the United States, we so sensitive. Everybody trying to be politically correct. How about we be politically correct about the right shit?
How about that?
You
Okay.
want to be politically correct? Stop all this fucking stupid ass racism and shit, and stop all this blatant hatred for one another.
Exactly.
Stop acting like you don't see the motherfucking hate. Stop acting like I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is what happened the other day, right? Last weekend we had how many shootings? 14?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
A lot of them happened up in Buckhead. Now this isn't against this isn't against every white person, right? But it's a problem.
Right.
The white people up in Buckhead are a little nervous.
Yeah.
Now, do I think we should be not paying attention to the violence? No, I don't think that. I think the violence is terrible. But you know what made me chuckle? The same thing I always say. When you motherfuckers been violent as shit since day one, now you scared.
Mm-hmm.
What you scared of? We learned it from you.
I was just going to say that. I was just about to say that.
What you scared of? Now, do I think the violence should be happening? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I find it funny that they make it seem like these black people are out of control and they're up here, they're doing this and they're doing that. Well, how about that?
How about that? Yeah.
Was it out of control when we were being branded as Meech's grandmother was?
Okay.
Was it out of control when we was getting whipped like motherfucking dogs?
Wait a minute. Hold on. It's not out of control. It's not even considered to be a riotous act when you are celebrating your team's victory and you go out to set stuff on fire and go looting and bash their windows.
I'm glad you brought that up because we talked about that one time before.
You know,
I remember when the Flyers won or the Phillies won. It was one of the white teams. It was one of the teams that we didn't. And they tore shit up.
Down. Yeah,
that shit on fire, flipped cars over, everything. But that's a celebration. But when a cop kills somebody in blatant broad daylight for nothing, is looting.
Well, no. Let's preface that because I'm going to get that way because see, Candace Young and all those children would say, no, it wasn't for nothing. They broke the law. The police had to pull them over because they ran the stop sign. That's breaking the law. That's breaking the law. Okay, so they had probable cause, and if you just let the police do their job.
Yeah, because what is that Candace boy?
Whatever her.
Dumb bitch. The dumb one that ain't got no motherfucking sense. Because it don't make no damn sense. If somebody was unarmed, they shouldn't be dead.
Okay. Love the Ask Paul Mooney segment on the Dave Chappelle show. That dude is a true comic legend. Comedy legend. Rest in peace. All right. Yes. Inward anger and aggression. Exactly.
Yeah.
Gary Sheffield. Hey, baby. Sipping some Earl Grey.
Look, I was looking down. I thought you said Sherry Sheffield. I was about to say, oh, what?
Okay. Hope all is moving and grooving, baby. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. I got that talking about church and racism. They really they tried to check you? Really? Censored and sensitive. It's truly crazy. Exactly. Okay, facts. Okay. Say it so the people in the back can hear you. Say it now.
Come on.
Okay. I got blocked for defending myself against a white woman who was calling all people of all color the N-word on the George Floyd case. Wow.
Oh, Meech, you should play that Debbie Allen clip.
Okay. Facebook is just as racist as the human beings they allow to be racist. Well, how about that? Listen, a lot of the times, because we're in such a sensitive culture, You know, and I can't wait until we get out of this wave of this, because it has taken us into places to where this is, you know, you really want to know the definition of manhood and carrying on. I think this is the kind of stuff that has sissified society, period. Okay. Nobody knows how to sit down there and stick their chin up or stick it out. Because if you're gonna take it, you know. There's a lot of stuff out here, and I'm not saying that you're supposed to just kowtow or whatever. What I am saying is there's a lot of stuff out here that, child, you just gotta have some thick skin, because
Right.
people are going to say and do what they feel. You have got to learn how to pick and choose your battles and know
What the
which
old folks used to say, they talked about Jesus.
Jesus. Okay. So when you learn how to do what you need to do, you know who you need to get with. You know when you're outnumbered. Okay, let me lay low. And okay, I'm gonna let you have that, honey. Okay, you could bump all them gums or whatever. Because what were we taught when we were children?
Right.
You can say what you want to, honey. You can talk all that shit, but I see you talking it over there.
Yes,
You're not
please,
gonna
and
do it in
continue
my
to be
face.
over there before you get knocked on your ass.
You're
That's
not
all.
gonna do
You
it
can
in
have
my
your
face.
opinion. Stay over there.
Stay over there, and as long as you don't put your hands on me, we good. So
And
you
don't
do
get too
all that
disrespectful,
bumping,
because if you call me out my name a couple more times,
right? And
because if you call
right,
me a nigga, baby, I'm busting you dead your goddamn face, white person. I promise you.
okay,
And don't tell me about, but we call each other that. I don't give a listen. I try my best not to use it as often, but I'm gonna tell you what, I don't give a shit what black person said. You better not say it. You
okay.
better not call me one.
So you know, so we have all of that to contend with, and Paul Mooney was one of those characters, or one of those persons, or one of those comedians, honey, who is the last. We may have a couple more left, but from that breed of comedians, honey, you know, that really gave us a look that was really positive for our people, and for the our people, and for the empowerment and the uplifting and enlightenment of
Yeah.
us, you know, so that
And
we could do
comedy, he
better.
was able to give us a lot.
He was able to give us a
If you
lot,
paid attention.
made
If
us
you paid
think,
attention, baby.
learn, laugh, you know, and I think those are some of the most brilliant comedians, when they make you think about some stuff. See,
Yeah.
that's what the whole art of comedy is, to sit down and to take that mirror and let you look at that mirror, but help you see what it is that you're looking at, you know, and it becomes that way, and it helps to shape the world, and carry
Right.
it on, honey, you know. So
And if you're not too familiar with Paul Mooney, I implore you to please go back, because anything he said back in the day is still relevant right now.
and now that's the sad part. I think that's probably the part that's probably the saddest,
Yep.
is that if you played anything from back between him, Richard,
Dick
uh,
Gregory,
Dick, if you play anything that Red Fox,
Red Fox. Yep.
okay, you play anything that they said back in the day when it was along race lines and carried on, and that stuff. We 51, and they did that, you know, when we were kids and
Yep.
before. So you're talking about at least 45 years ago. Why is that conversation still
Still
relevant
relevant.
today? It's still relevant today, and I think that's what it is. So either we're not paying attention, or we got stuck in the laughter and did not let the laughter.
I think what happens, Meech, is it keeps repeating itself.
Okay,
Right. It gets a little, I think what has happened over the decades is things get a little bit better, but they're not really better, they just different.
right.
Remember, we were still getting our asses whooped.
Uh-huh.
It just wasn't getting filmed.
Uh-huh.
In the 80s came along and Rodney King got filmed, and stuff started to get filmed because people still had the camcorders and stuff. But
Right.
so we still wasn't really getting it, or the cops would intimidate somebody so much to where you would never see it.
Right.
And as time goes on, the same things have still been happening. We just get to see it a
It's
lot
just
more.
the technology. The only thing that has changed is technology.
Exactly. So when people be like, "Oh my God, it's getting so terrible," no, it's not. It's been
Right.
so terrible. You just didn't see it.
Right.
And if you weren't a part of our race, you might not have wanted to see it.
Exactly.
And that's not to say anything bad about, like I said, every other race or whatever. What I'm saying is sometimes you feel like, well, that didn't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know, even when there are Caucasian people who say, well, I didn't do what my great grandparents did.
Right.
Maybe I have, but have you done anything to help change what they did?
Okay.
And I'm not saying it's your duty. I'm just asking a question.
How about
I'm just
that?
throwing it out there.
Okay.
Because I'm still conflicted about that.
Ooh,
Do I feel like the sins of your ancestors should be put upon you? I'm conflicted.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's stay in that same spirit.
Okay.
But let's change the direction just a little bit.
Okay.
Stay in that same spirit. We're finna change directions. How many of you are a part of the Greek community, honey? We got Greeks in the house.
Oh, you about to play that? I still ain't looked at it and see what actually happened.
We got Greeks in the house. Okay, y'all flag up, honey. Squee, or however y'all do that shit.
Oh, you want me to do my cousin and them for you?
Okay, y'all.
Yeah, I forgot. We're not supposed to do that. So that's my cousin and them called. They're AKAs. So
What?
I know you're about to play that, right?
No, well, I'm just going to show
the alpha.
Yeah, I'm just going to show.
Those are their brothers.
Okay. If you're Greeks in the house, honey, put your call letters up here. Who you representing, honey? Okay, who are you representing if you are a Greek? Okay, I am not. So if I trying to do the ski wee thing, honey, was offensive, please. That was not my intention.
Because remember one of the rappers or something, was it Kanye? One of the Greek sweaters?
Yes, child.
They had
and they took that shit up.
He was doing it in like an homage to them.
And you know what? And okay, now let's go there because see, I keep asking the children, okay, why don't you have something for the general public who say I'm friends of this and I'm friends of that?
Yeah, and they do. They do.
Okay, I'm not
had one back in the day. My church said my cousin's an AKA.
Uh-huh.
So they do. It's just that what they really need to do is express the fact loud and clear so that everybody can see it. That it's sort of like us. You know how we can't wear our stuff if we're not with the club?
Right.
I think it's sort of like that.
Well, I'm trying to, and you know, once I go over the bylaws and stuff, because for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about, we've just become a part of a car club. We're part of Shiro Hero Car Club of America, okay? And so we're going to get our little vehicles decked out and things of that nature.
Right. I got tagged the other day.
Okay.
Oh, and not to just say that, not only are we a part of the car club, we took on cabinet positions.
Yeah, we're officers. Okay.
I'm the VP and Meech is the treasurer.
I'm the treasurer. Uh-huh. Okay.
Lily says she's VP in training other kids.
Uh-huh. So when you go to put something together, it's all about, you know, having protocols and how you put this together to make sure that it's respectable. You know, it has some sense of order and carrying on. Okay, so we get on that. My thing is, at the same time of having all this kind of order and this, that, and the other, there are moments where there feels as though you still have to be restrictive and all of that of yourself. It seems as though you can't be yourself 100% of the time. But the question is, are we ever actually ourselves 100% of the time?
Oh.
Yeah. Aha. Aha. Give me that. Now, okay, y'all ain't putting y'all little things up here. That's fine. Y'all follow me and let's do this. Now, the picture that I'm showing up, I'm going to shout out Funky Dineva because this.
Baby, I still ain't watching. Every time I go past it, I said in my show I want to hear it.
Okay.
It came across every timeline I got.
I'm sure because it's come from Funky Dineva's thumbnail from her page on YouTube. Okay. But I cannot find the picture anywhere. I don't know if this picture was taken down or what.
No, I just saw it a little while ago.
I can't find the damn picture. I don't
Hold
Googled it and to the things.
on, because if I can pull it up, then I'll just turn my camera around for everybody to see it. Hold on.
Okay. But in any event, you know, I'm a little persnickety and carried on when it comes down to the Greeks and carrying on, because there are things that I don't understand because I'm not a Greek. Number one, that damn, where they don't do the hazing and stuff anymore, but that whole paddle shit, they still swear by it because a lot of them still got their paddles on the wall and all that shit.
Yeah, but like my cousin said, she didn't get hazed like that. She had
But
dumb shit happen though, like dumb shit, but it wasn't.
but the dumb
That was a long time ago though, because she's older than me.
the dumb shit that they go through is for integrity and to see if you're loyal to the club.
Right.
I get all that because this is okay. If you love me like you say you do, then you go,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But there's obviously stuff in it that I don't know, and because I'm not a part of any of those Greek fraternities and sororities and things of that nature, I don't get it. And even for the ones that are, because there's a number of alphabet children fraternities and sororities that I found out about during Black Gay Pride here. Okay, and a lot of them have come out of the Divine Nine, and so they have created their own. Okay,
Yeah, because remember, Helena was talking about that.
right. And I'm like, okay, so that's cute. I get that, but here's where this is. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, but it is the thumbnail, so I'm just gonna take my thing over to the TV.
No, yeah, I got it here.
You do got it?
Yeah, I got it here, but I
show it big on my thing because I had it on the big.
Okay, yeah, hold on, let me show y'all.
Oh yeah, that's what I had.
Okay,
that's what I had.
So y'all see this? Again, thank you to Funky Daniva because this is Funky's thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay, this here has become a question. Number one is I like the suit. I don't want the suit. I would rock the suit.
That goddamn suit is everything.
Okay. The suit is everything. I love this suit. But everybody have gotten on this young man because, number one, the color of the suit. He is an A Phi A, Alpha Phi Alpha. And
it looks like he wore the sister colors instead of the brothers. Because those are the brothers to the AKAs. My cousin Chris is an Alpha.
Okay.
Their colors are black and gold.
Right. And he wore his pumps. Now it's interesting that you say that because you know what? I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he don't have on the green, but the pink is the sister color.
I got it.
And is pink and green, yeah.
And somebody stood up there and said, in the I saw something, another YouTube video, and in the comments, the child said, "Wow, when the brothers are really Miyaka." Okay, and if any of y'all remember the controversy back in 2009 or something like that, there was a group of gay men who were very feminine gay men who wanted to pledge AKA.
Right.
But the organization would not let them because they're boys.
Mm-hmm.
So what these children decided, I was going to say trifling children, but what these kids decided to do was they created their own thing. But what they did was they usurped everything about AKA.
Yeah.
The colors, all of the hand signals.
Yeah, and that was just.
And they called themselves Miyaka. And I forgot what the MI stand for. I think it was influence or whatever it was. I forgot what the MI stood for on the okay.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
And somebody had put in a comment on another video that I saw that the girl was showing this picture. She said, "Wow, when you find out that the brothers are really a Miyaka," and I just hollered, right? But I did not make the correlation about the color of the suit because I'm like, and you just said that, right? Because the AKAs are pink and green,
right? And even if he was gonna do it, he could have did a different color pink and a different shade.
But he
did everything.
Now, Daniva set up that Daniva's an alpha.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. So Daniva,
remember I said I've been hesitant to click on it.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what it was gonna be, so I did not click on it.
Dineva said, well, for the, many of y'all may not know this, but I am an alpha, an A. And with confidence, he came and approached it because he said, as someone who is a wig wearing, makeup and dress wearing, high heel wearing, openly black gay man who is a part of this brotherhood.
Right.
Okay. Trust me, I understand the need to want to express yourself. And she said, there's not a goddamn thing that any brother of mine in this fraternity could come and tell me about me.
Right.
Okay. His contention is, the thing of it is that you knew what you were up against when you decided to pledge this fraternity.
Right.
You knew what was expected and required of you whenever you put these letters on. Okay? So you showing up like this with your colors on is completely out of order because that's not uniform. He said, just like going to your job or whatever, if they give you a uniform, you have to be in compliance of the uniform when you're on that job.
I'll give you an example. Misha just told y'all we in the car club, so the backdrop I got for us, right?
Right.
I cannot add our logo on there without asking our CEO.
Oh, right.
So I asked her. I said, I got this for us. Can we put the logo on it? She said, yeah. So I haven't talked to her since. So we got to figure out, like, I'll give it to her. She can go do it because it's not something that we get.
Right.
We don't get that template or nothing like that. There are rules and stuff like that too.
Right. Right.
And if you're not willing to abide by the rules of whatever kind of club you're going to be in, then yeah, it's a little.
Right. Okay.
Like I get trying to make a statement.
Right.
But you couldn't make that statement with your brothers. Talk to your brothers about it. However, you might need to. You know what I'm saying? Is there a way? Or I mean, I'm just not convinced about the way it happened.
And that's what Dineva was saying. Dineva is like, there was a much better way that you could have still been true to yourself, celebrate your openness and carry it on, and still, not put yourself in jeopardy. Because now that you've done this, you could be
a target.
And you could be considered a fraud to the organization.
Right.
Now.
Was that your intention? Like, what were you doing?
Well,
so I would want to talk to him.
Right.
I don't want to condemn him.
Right.
I would just want to talk to him and know, like, what was that the day that you said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do me and I'm doing this and blah, 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 blah.
Okay, right.
You couldn't put on some pumps and have your black suit on?
Well, it's not so much as the color of the suit, I don't think. I think it's the fact that he got them heels on with the sash, and heels are not indicative of being a masculine thing.
Right.
Okay.
Because y'all are alphas.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Here for the show.
Now.
You broke down.
Now, catch this. I had another friend of mine, and we had this discussion last night, who was also an alpha.
Okay.
Opening.
I would have known you was going to talk about this because I would have asked my cousin Chris to come on.
Okay.
And ask him how he felt. I think I'm about to hit him on the phone.
Right. He came, and his whole thing was, he said, well, I have a different take on it. He said, I'm looking at it as, there are many of us who are gay in these fraternities and carrying on, and we have never felt safe or comfortable in these particular spaces. He said, now, would I have been able to do that? No, because there are certain spaces that I don't feel comfortable around my brothers. Okay. And if he felt that in his space and in this brotherhood, he is comfortable to be himself totally at 100%, then this here is his expression of his freedom and creating a lane for other openly gay men to have a safe space within the organization. I said, wow, now that's big. That's big. I didn't think about it like that, because I was in agreement with Dineva. just like a uniform on the job, honey. You may not like it, but you know, if they tell you to come in or give you a uniform, that you got to have a black. Wait a minute, how many of y'all went to church? Y'all know y'all singing in the choir, and the choir told y'all the color we wearing are black and red today, black bottoms and red tops. Okay, now they let you choose whether you're gonna wear pants or a skirt. Okay, ladies, they're assuming all the men coming in there in pants. Okay, but they give you the option of what that is. But they said black bottom, red top.
But if he called back, I'm gonna answer.
Okay. And so, and if you didn't come in uniform, then you couldn't sing. Okay, if you went to your job and didn't have on the proper uniform, you got sent home. You couldn't work for the day. Okay. Now,
But I
about
go to the temple with my sister. You know, it's a synagogue.
right,
Now you have some synagogues who don't mind women wearing pants now.
right,
But you absolutely cannot wear pants in the sanctuary there. You can go any place else in the building,
right.
but not in the sanctuary.
Okay.
I had no problem with that even when I first started going, and I didn't know anything that was going on there. I went with my sister one night because I needed to talk to her. She said, "You want to talk to me? I gotta go to the temple, blah 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 blah." But you can't wear no pants. And I had on jeans. She ran upstairs and got me a skirt. I put that goddamn skirt on and I went on by my business.
Right. Which I think is the dumbest thing, but you know, again.
Yeah, like for me, it was like, I don't understand it. But okay, these are y'all rules. I'm gonna respect your rules. If I'm gonna come in, I respect your rules, or either I'm not gonna come in.
Or I'm not gonna come. Right. So having said that, when Eric said that about, you know, from his perspective, it opened up a can of worms because because Haji was over here too. And Haji got into this whole thing of now where those are some sloppy alphas and carried on. I'm like, what the fuck do they have to be sloppy for?
Why are they sloppy?
And then I had asked him, I said, wait a minute, are you a Greek?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what's your frustration.
Exactly. I said, so why is it that you all up in arms and you talking about an organization? You have no idea what the concept of it is because you're not in it. You only know what you're told. This man is, you know, went through and across over. So he giving you this. So why they got to be?
Because you're not going to know anything they don't want you to know beforehand. Like, remember I told you I wanted to pledge grad chapter, right? So I've had to do my research. I've had to talk. You know, I asked my cousin questions. He's never given me. It's not like, and my girl cousin. I never asked Stephanie. I don't know why. I just haven't asked her. But they give you general things of like you need to go to events that are done by them, but they are public events. Eventually, if you start getting invited to things, it's different things that you can notice publicly, but you will never know nothing until.
Oh Lord,
what's wrong?
I want to make sure that we good on Facebook because I'm not seeing my comments on Facebook.
Oh hell!
And I want to see what's going on.
We didn't even do nothing.
I just want to make sure. Because I don't know if everybody left Facebook or not.
Wait a minute. Let me check. Make sure we good on YouTube. Usually I have it up.
No, we good on YouTube. We good on the tube. I just want to make sure we didn't get caught or whatever.
We get flagged on YouTube first.
Okay.
No, we good. Yeah, we good over here. It's all good in the hood on the YouTube streets.
Hey, right. It looks like we might be good over here too. I'm just yeah, we are. I just put it.
Everybody left? Y'all left us?
Well, I don't know. You know, that's all right. We got folks over here on the tube.
We got people on the YouTube streets.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all running the YouTube streets. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But what is happening? You know, so it became this whole big old thing. And how do you know he pissed me off last night? Which is why his ass went to sleep on me. And then after he nodded out, he got up and let me get up out there because you know I'm finna cuss your big ass out, motherfucker. Okay. You knew I'm finna cuss your motherfucking ass out.
This is so random, and I'm sorry. But if I don't say it now, I'll probably forget. Because I just was on my cousin page. Remember I said I bought gourmet popcorn from him?
Yeah.
That shit was so good. And then the other popcorn was so good that you got popcorn at y'all?
I do.
Now, if I don't be back on the screen when we go to commercial break, I'm gonna tell you. I gotta come get look. I gotta come get my bread anyway.
Right.
I know that was random as shit, but I was on my cousin page and that thing popped. Cause now I want to know from him. I probably could go right straight through that company.
Right.
It was good as shit. It was really gourmet popcorn.
Okay.
I wish that one was black owned because I probably make an order every week.
Okay.
They had a queso cheddar popcorn.
Oh.
Is this it? This ain't the popcorn because I got all my beads and stuff in here now. But this was the little thing.
Oh, okay. Double good. Okay.
Because they was having the Alphas was having a fundraiser.
Okay.
And I had bought that, and this was sweet and salty because they was goddamn gourmet. They cost too goddamn much, so that's
right.
We ain't all
right.
y'all. Sorry, they was expensive, but I had to support my cousin.
Right.
Look, that's my cousin. We to the end.
Okay.
But sorry, y'all. I don't know why I did that, but so you said Haji got out of Dodge.
Yeah, well, how'd you like doing all that when he does all that? Then he wanted to get to here and act like he was gonna raise up a can. I'm like, nigga, if you don't, you forget where you at. Cause you can huff and puff and carry on, but damn it, wait. And then I
you ain't blowing this door. Look, you ain't huff and puff, but you ain't blowing shit down over here.
Right. You know, I piped down just a little bit because I said, let me not take this personally. Because, you know, we all get passionate, you know, when we get to talk.
And how do you love to push your buttons? I think it's a pastime of it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I had to realize that after the last time when he got me an E-hype because I was ready.
Right.
I'm like, Demetrius is your friend, not us, okay?
Right. Okay. And all of that. So it brought about a discussion. And so when he's talking about sloppy alphas and carrying on, I'm like, why they got to be fucking sloppy? Well, what word would you use? Not
I was going to say, did he explain that? Because I need a clarification on why.
Well, basically, he did it in a roundabout way, and basically what he was saying was that the alphas that he know, okay, were old school. You know, you're talking about when they were kids, so they take on the whole idea of the alpha male.
Right.
So you know, if somebody would have come in like this and this and the other, whatever, you know, they would have checked it. They would have got their head knocked open. You know, so he going there, and I'm like, well, why is it that because?
But this boy is how old? He's graduating college, so he's about what, 22?
Maybe.
18.
But
19,
the
20,
whole
22.
idea.
He's around 22 if he went straight to college.
The idea is, why is it that because these particular set of alphas or whatever chose to do things a little differently, that they got to be sloppy? Okay.
So wait, but I'm not understanding why he think. So so is it my understanding that the alphas, they didn't have a problem with it? His chapter didn't have a problem with it. Is that
no,
it?
No. We don't know. But
Okay.
he was talking to Eric.
I'm trying to figure out why would he think that they're sloppy, because you don't know.
He was talking with Eric, and Eric was saying like, well, and when Eric said, well, no, because I see this as a point of freedom, you know,
Okay.
and this, that, and the other.
So he's talking about Eric's chapter.
There's Eric Peter, folks who may think like Eric, but then hell, if you're not doing this, then y'all some sloppy ass alphas. And I'm like, well, what the fuck they got to be sloppy for? Because they're not doing it the way you say it should be done.
And you ain't even one of them.
Like you're not even a goddamn Greek motherfucker. What the hell you getting all up in arms about?
You ain't an alpha.
What the fuck is you coming out for? Because somebody that you know sat down there and beat somebody's ass for being sissified. And because this particular set of alphas ain't whooping nobody's ass,
why you need to beat somebody's ass about that?
That was fucking with me, right? I'm like, well, what word would you use since you don't like the word sloppy? What word would you use? And I'm trying to put. I said, well, wait, let me put this into context because it's not about you. I'm trying to get you to understand, nigga. You sitting up here barking about. Right. You know nothing about. I don't give a fuck what they told you. I don't give a fuck what your research is.
Like where do you?
Your research, you could say, well, you know, I've researched this. I'm talking to you because you've gone through the process. You've gone through
Right.
and crossed over and did what they say do. Is this true according to the research? And then
Right.
he could have sat down there and said, oh, well, some do this, some do that, depending on the chapter. It could have been that
Depending
kind
on
of
that's why I
discussion,
was like, well, who is he
you
talking about?
know?
Because chapters are, I mean, they all have like any other club, if it's a
Right,
worldwide club, yeah, y'all all have certain bylaws, but you still have certain things in your chapter that might be different from somebody else's chapter.
exactly. So that's where I was, he was ruffling the fuck out my goddamn feelings about that. I said, well, okay, wait a minute. Let me pull back for a second because, see, he going to make me cuss his big ass out for real, for real. Okay? Because, nigga, you said, oh, I know you trying to check me in front of your friends. I'm like, motherfucker, this ain't about checking shit.
Oh Lord, Haji,
This
get
ain't
it
about
together,
checking you, motherfucker.
sir.
What I am going to do is this. What the fuck are you swelling up for about something you know nothing about?
About because that was the reason why you was asking the other person, right?
Right.
Because
You're not a part of the organization. So what the hell and then you trying to argue him down like he wrong.
how you gonna argue down somebody who's
How
actually
you
part of it?
right. Motherfucker, what is this?
I'm confused. Was y'all drinking?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying
And
to figure out. You see
that
me
was
trying to throw him a lifeline. I'm trying to figure out.
no, bitch, it ain't no goddamn lifeline, honey. He came up out of pocket, and then because I asked him, are you a Greek?
Right. Like,
Okay,
sir,
are you
I'm
a
trying to
fucking Greek?
understand what's your point,
Where you at
sir?
with this? Because somebody told you they knocked somebody in the damn head for doing some shit like this.
Right.
Okay, what's your point? Because
You don't even know what probably happened to them for doing that.
exactly, so that there is where it came from. Because see now, what the discussion did for me, it opened up another prospect. Because like I said, I wasn't thinking about this from the idea of I found a free space, a place where I can be free and
Right.
I can be me.
Me either. I'm looking at it as it's an organization. There
Right?
are certain rules,
They have
certain things
rules.
you cannot break. Like when we was just at our meeting, there were certain things that our CEO told us. If you do this X, Y, Z, somebody will come up and snatch your patch. Period. It's
Okay.
a done deal.
Right.
You will no longer be a part of the club and probably no other one either.
Right.
If it's that deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was looking at it. Like,
And I was looking at it from that way because I got perplexed because, like I said in the beginning of this, what bothers me about it is that oftentimes I know people who get into these organizations so they can have a sense of belonging and carrying on. Then when we get down to exact interpretation of shit, oftentimes folks who are trying to be themselves, I'm like, this is his graduation. He's comfortable wearing a pink suit because that's what he wanted to wear to his
and it
graduation.
looked like he was comfortable. He looked like
He
he
was
was very
comfortable.
comfortable.
He sat there and pulled a stunt because he wanted to wear some pumps at his graduation. Okay, so maybe that was a statement. Now, how come he couldn't celebrate all of him? I'm gay, I'm black, I'm smart, I'm graduating. Okay, yes, I'm a part of this organization. Just like
I'm all of these things.
I'm
Yeah.
all of these things. So how come I can't celebrate all of me? Without it being some kind of hang up. And then it becomes, and then like Daniva
So
said,
did you watch the thing? So
what?
did you watch the actual Daniva's thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so did Daniva ever let us know if it was okay with the organization or was there a problem? Did anybody come out to say if there was a problem or not?
Well, I have not heard any backlash from anybody from the organization itself.
Right.
You all know everybody have their own little podcast channels and things, so
right,
have done a little dirt and have said this and said that here and there. Okay. However, the organization itself has not said anything. There's been no public statements. There's been nothing on the news to say that this has gone global or anything like that.
Okay.
But Daniva's take on it was, bruh, there was another way you could have done this because now basically you have put yourself in jeopardy because they may see you as a traitor. They may see you as somebody who don't respect what the FIA is all about, you know. And if you go into graduate school, this could harm you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. So that makes me believe that that's going to be an issue.
Right. Okay. And so and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay. I can roll with that because the best example, like he said, about the uniform. If you're on your job and you have a uniform, honey, you know what is expected of you in your uniform. Okay. Now, just like with us, working security, there are moments, honey, where you know, when they say black shoes and black socks, they mean black shoes and black socks.
Right.
There are those who come in, they got black and white shoes on because you got black shoes with a white sole.
Right.
Okay.
Or you might get some all black Nikes in the damn suit.
Okay.
Black. Might be gray.
Right. Okay. Or you come up in here and because your black socks are dirty, you have wore some white shoe socks. And that's not uniform. You gotta have your name tag on, honey. You're not in uniform. You don't have your name tag.
Not right.
Okay. And that there be and you know and we accept that on the job because the job becomes sticklers.
Right.
Okay. And you understand that because you're getting paid. I think for me, and this is I'm trying to open.
But you got to think about it too. You still representing now. That's the thing.
Right.
As a representation, is that not a representation, or is it okay? You see what I'm saying? Like if ain't nobody never told you couldn't wear it.
Okay, now Road, you got a point. I think if he had worn different shoes, that wouldn't be an issue. You might be right. I think that's what it is.
The suit could have been an homage to their sisters or somebody that real men wear pink and that kind of thing. It could have been a lot of different things, but like I was just saying, if it ain't nothing that told you that you couldn't,
right? Because the whole thing of it is the suit was fine. It wasn't like it was a woman cut suit or whatever. He didn't have a purse on his arm.
It probably was a unisex.
Right. Oh, well, unisex color. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell, I've had a pink suit. Shit, I had my baby.
That's why I said, when that was the tagline.
Yeah.
Men wear pink. And all of those stars, the Ralph Lauren pink polo shirts,
right?
Pink button downs and
right. So it was, but I think what it was them damn shoes and that sash because he had his sash on. Yeah, and I think because
when you graduate, if you've crossed over, you're supposed to have your sash on.
Right.
So you're supposed to have it on.
If you have it on, then that means you're representing it because you got your colors on.
It means you are representing.
Because one of my board members, on the board that I sit on, she's a former chair. We were out somewhere and she had her letters on, her letter sweater. And we went to a club, we at the bar, and it was daytime though, because we were making an appearance there. And we sat down and baby, she about to ready to get into that half. But she sat down, she said, "Oh, wait a minute." And I said, "What?" She said, "Oh,
look."
Right.
I didn't realize both of us had on a uniform. See?
Okay.
We got on a uniform.
Right. Okay.
This is T merchandise, just in case y'all.
Merch. So she said, "Ooh," and she put her hand up. She said, "No, I better not drink that." I said, "Girl, it's just a cocktail." I said, "And you just have." She said, "No, I got my letters on."
So it's a certain way you have to,
and we're not supposed to drink. And I was like,
so is that it? They're not supposed to drink at all?
Well, not in unless it was one of their functions.
One of their functions.
One of their functions or whatever. But being out, you in colors or you in your uniform, they discourage that because you know how folks get and carry on.
Right. Because I was just wondering, is it drinking at all, or is it like you can still have a glass of wine? So okay.
I thought
those are things that we have to understand when it comes to people's organizations.
Right. And so, but I'm trying to get it because I'm like, girl, you damn near 70, but you still active, and this is what she's
still active in your thing.
And this is what she said. And I respect that. And it threw me, but I respect that. And I was like, oh, honey, I don't know if I want to have somebody have that kind of control on me.
Is she pinky
And,
green?
huh?
What's
Yeah.
her little?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know I might need to talk to her.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to get her to talk before. And I was like, okay. But then, and that's why I posed a question at the beginning when I said, okay, are we actually 100% of ourselves 100% of the time?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's, we all adapt to our surroundings.
Right.
Okay. And I know that there
And you
are
can see that from just what you just told me, you can see that is embedded in them. If
right,
she's that age and she know, hey, not why I got this.
right, exactly. Exactly.
And I mean, for real, I'm telling you, I respect it.
You know,
I absolutely respect it. I think it's amazing that even someone getting older, because if she's close to 70, that means she's probably been one for a long time.
uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think
And
she was in college. Yes, she went to
yeah,
college.
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like I said, you might go back to school and you could do a graduate chapter like what I'm trying to do and whatnot. But there's a certain respect in it, and I respect it. I don't think it's for everybody.
No.
It's not for everybody, and if you don't understand it and you can't see yourself doing that, then okay, fine.
Right.
You know?
Oh, Lord, honey, I learned that. I told y'all my story. Because and quiet as it's kept, I was going to pledge Alpha if I were to do it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to, and I was trying to understand it, right? Because when I saw AKA, what's the other one? Because what's the white one? Because the AKA Alpha Phi Alpha is part of the Divine Nine, but there's the white equivalent.
I don't know, because the alpha is for the guys and the AKA for the girls.
Right.
That's them, and I don't know. I know the red and white is Delta because they came after AKAs.
Okay. Delta's blue and white.
Not for the girls.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
White. The girls are red and white, ain't
No,
they?
no. Delta Sigma Theta? No, that's blue and white, honey. Selena Johnson let us know that on Sister Circle, honey.
But wait a minute, but Delta Sigma Theta is different than Delta.
Oh, you're talking about Delta Sigma Theta? No, this is. Wait a minute. Yeah, Delta Sigma Theta. They are the sisters to the Phi Beta Kappa.
I was going to say, because remember there were AKAs, and then remember you had to be lighter than a paper bag to be in an AKA back then, and that's how
Right.
the Delta got it.
Right.
Is this Selena? Selena's this?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so maybe it's blue. I could have sworn my cousin's colors was red and white.
No,
I thought Aaliyah was red and white.
No, honey, trust me. When she came out there during their centennial on Sister Circle, and she had a lot of blue and white, and slung that thing and hit Rashawn Ali with they blue and white. And so because of the colors, what's it, Phi Beta Sigma? Is that brothers? No, that's
all
not
I know
right.
is the AKAs and the alphas. Look, all I know is the alphas and the alphas. I don't know the bubble.
That's not right. That is not right. That is not right, because the deltas are the sisters to the omegas. I learned that. I was like, what? Yeah. Omega Psi Phi, purple and gold, and the Delta Sigmas are but I thought Phi Beta Sigma was there because they got the same colors. Anyway, listen, I ain't agree, so fuck it. Okay. The thing of it is making sure that if you pledge yourself to it, that it's a term of endearment and respect and understanding what's what. What you all dressed for?
That's for there. Because we haven't a sponsor too.
So we have all of these particular things, and I'm looking at this on both sides of this. I'm hoping that young man is not
Yeah, I
getting.
knew I wasn't crazy, Leach. Selena's is Delta Sigma Theta is crimson and cream. I told you it's red. Hers is blue. Selena got blue, so she's something. I remember her doing her thing. I'm
Well,
like,
then
wait a
who
minute,
are
I'm
the
not
real
going crazy
white?
because my cousin Aaliyah is a Delta.
Okay.
So I forget. We gotta look up what Selena is. What sorority is Selena Johnson in?
Zeta Phi Beta
She
sorority.
is Zeta Phi Beta. She is
Beta,
blue.
Phi Beta.
Yeah, I
That's
was gonna say I know I'm not
okay.
crazy.
And
I
okay,
was watching
so
my cousin wear that red white.
okay, so they are Phi Beta Sigma.
Mm-hmm.
Beta Phi Beta. Okay, that's it. Okay. I know her colors are blue and white, honey, because she came out there with all
Right.
that.
I seen her blue and white.
That
That's why I
blue
was
and white
like,
is a pretty color. I like that blue.
red. It's like a red and a cream, red and a white.
Okay. Okay, my niece said she just texted me all the colors. Wait a minute.
I was gonna say, I know that pink and green, and I know that red and white. Well, red and cream.
Okay. Have mercy. Hold on. I'm trying to get it. Hold on. Okay. Wait a minute, niece. What did you send it? Because I don't have it. Well, make sure you send it to. I don't see it, niece. Anyway, nonetheless, the young man, honey, has gone through his little duties, and I'm hoping he don't have severe backlash from this.
Right, me either.
And whatever the organization decides to do, particularly his chapter, because you have committed to the chapter, you crossed over because you got the SASH and everything. So that means that you are there to uphold the bylaws and the stuff and the creed of the organization. So in understanding that, then if they have some kind of do ID or whatever, then perhaps this needs to be the discussion, like Eric was saying, of opening up this thing,
right,
where you could have free space, a space to feel free and comfortable to be me, without all that damn machismo shit that gets sucked up into it.
Now let me ask you this: when what's the consensus on like the LGBT sororities, fraternities, or whatever? Where are they, and why can't they be a part of? Or I guess they can't be a part of the Divine Nine because it's a Divine Nine. But
you know what? I've always asked that question: what makes the Divine Nine the Divine Nine? Because
that's
the
what I
last one, that is relatively new. What is maybe like 30, 40 years old? And so what makes an organization become a part of this particular cluster?
Right. Yeah. What do you have to do? And if it's divine, does it change?
Because right now you say the Divine Nine, and so if you add one more, the rhyme scheme, number one.
Right. So
and
how does that work? Nobody else can.
Right. So, it becomes all of these particular things. I've always wondered that, because for anybody who starts a fraternity and like to have Greek letters on and carrying on,
right?
So how is it that the Divine Nine are the ones who are always recognized?
Right. Because it's way more than just them, right?
Just them, right? Because like I said, the Caucasian counterparts, the Divine Nine are all, I don't know. I don't know of any white members of any of the Divine Nine.
I ain't never seen one.
I've never seen any. So, but we know the other fraternities and sororities exist.
Right.
Because
but I think because the Divine Nine, they're Black Greeks.
Right.
But there are other Black Greeks that are not a part of the Divine Nine, right?
I think so.
Okay, so that's the kind of stuff I would want to know. That's what I want to get. We're gonna get some of them up on here. So because Helena had that one show, but I didn't get to see all of it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. This was called the Big Eight. So right. This here was called the Big Eight. And yeah. Okay, fraternities, HIA, black and gold. Okay, the pleasure to speak.
Cousin Chris, that's the one I was trying to call.
Okay, Kappa Alpha Psi, crimson and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Omega Psi Phi, purple and gold. Phi Beta Sigma, blue and white. Okay.
That's funny that the alphas and the AKAs, their colors don't match, but the deltas got crimson and cream.
Right. So the sororities, AKA the pink and green.
Mm-hmm.
Delta Sigma Theta is red and white. Or crimson. Okay.
Crimson and cream, yeah.
Sigma Gamma Rho is royal blue and gold. And then Zeta Phi Beta is blue and white.
Right.
Okay. Other interest is Sigma Phi Rho. That's the one. That's the new one. Sigma Phi Rho.
Okay.
I think that's the new one.
So and they're part of Divine Nine.
Yes.
Sigma
Phi Rho. Yeah. They
Guys, I am really sorry. Let me apologize to our audience. I know my eyes been down a lot, but I've been making jewelry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to multitask because I ain't gonna want to do it when I get off. I apologize. Apologize, and please excuse my eyes.
Okay. So yeah. But nonetheless, I'm hoping that this young man doesn't have any kind of severe backlash for all of this. And if they command him, then they just need to have him go over his codes.
Right.
Okay. Marla, so you're a Delta. Okay.
Okay.
Or wait a minute, are you Delta or are you just hollering for Delta? Because that's
oh yeah, we gotta be clear around these parts.
Hey Daryl, what's going on? Good evening to you. So what I'm hoping is that, like I said, the young man doesn't have any severe penalties or whatever. They may make him go over, his commitment to understanding uniform and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And carrying on. I don't think that I didn't see this as an affront, and I think now that there needs to be a bigger conversation about understanding how the brotherhood can stand to occupy or to establish.
Something in my heart tell me that they already know it yet.
Child, listen, they already knew that. They already know. You can't spend no time with these folks and not know who they are.
Exactly.
6 to 8 weeks they are online pledging. No, I pledged but decided not to do it. Oh, okay. She says, what? I do like them, but I don't want to be owned by any group, even church. How about that? Now, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. With the young man and the shoes. Let me put the picture back up here because we got some new people that just came in.
Okay.
So let me put the picture back up. Okay, thanks to Funky Daniva because this is her. This is Daniva's thumbnail from her page on YouTube. Because she did a commentary on this.
Those was done too. You better come on through here, boy.
Okay.
Feet was done.
Huh?
I said them feet was done too.
Well, of course, he had open toe shoes. So you gotta have. Okay. So whatever this is, I just think that number one is like Rose said, it's the shoes. Yeah. It's the shoes, honey. If he didn't have them damn shoes on, honey,
it would be.
Wait a minute, the money they want. What?
The what?
The money they want, they be wanting is ridiculous. Really?
Are you talking about like all the different dues and all of that?
Child, listen. And then to buy something, I always see like the gear stores and whatever. So you go up in there and carrying on, and I just wish that they could sit down there and let some of that stuff be open to the public. To say I'm a friend of or whatever, even if you don't have them with the emblazoned and embroidered big letters, like they do. If that's not for regular people, then at least let me support your colors or something. If I say I like, look at everybody who just like Marla. Just take Marla for instance. Okay, I wanted to, but I decided not to. I pledged, but no. But you see how she just hollered Delta. So if I wanted to sit down there and say I wanted to say I'm a friend of Delta or whatever, or I was or whatever.
Yeah.
I supposed to go
I
and
should be able
support
to
the
say that.
organization
Right.
or
We could be
trying
why
to
we
see
can't be
change
supporters. We can't
or
be a
this kind
supporter.
of other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, but hell, I know Eric and I had a discussion about that a while ago because he was like, "No, honey, you're not gonna wear these damn colors, and you just gonna walk up in here and just because you get to buy it." Do you know what I went through to sit up there and cross over? Do you know what this was for me? And and I was like, really?
And I mean, I get that part, but just like we said, we talked about there are things that I'm a friend of, or my daughter is, or my
Yeah,
mom is, or my cousin is. I had a shirt that said my cousin is.
you know.
I don't talk about my mom's situation because I don't know what her standing is. It was pink and green too, but I still don't know.
Okay, she said I have a lot of Delta friends, but they're so secretive. And see, that's the other thing. I can't stand on that secret shit neither. You can't. No, child. We can't do all. No, that's done to me. Obligation dues. Yes. When you get old, sit down somewhere.
I don't
you
know what
know.
people do surf swagging and everything too, honey. I don't
You
see
know.
the old
So,
lady surf swagging.
and then you know what I want to know as folks get older, do you still what benefit do you get out of it?
Yeah, they
Outside
making
of
sure you okay.
I have not. I have yet to hear the only, I'm told that all of them do some kind of community work or whatever. But the
Mm-hmm.
only organization that I see constantly out that every time I'm turning around, honey, they got some kind of prayer breakfast or some kind of are the pink and greens, honey, the AKAs.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody else. I have yet to see them come on out in numbers like that. Now I'm gonna tell you what I did get a kick out of. What I did get a kick out of was
Mm-hmm.
doing the whole George Floyd thing, baby,
Yeah.
with them damn Omegas and them damn
On the guys.
Phi Beta Sigmas.
Yeah.
Girl, when they took that, did you see
I
that
didn't.
video?
Mm-mm.
Girl, them men lined up in they motherfucking attire. They had to look. Baby, when I tell you they were
They had
block,
their suits and their bow ties on.
girl, wait a minute.
I love when the men,
Them
honey, the
children came
distinguished
out, and I
men.
said, that's what I'm talking about because it was a presence. And as black men who stood up there like, we're not going to tolerate this anymore,
Yeah.
girl, that was such a statement that I almost cried. It was so moving. And to see all their brothers like that, oh my God. And then, of course, I got a little heated too because I was like, ooh,
They so
big
sexy.
old
Because
thick.
I love when them Devon ass men, when those distinguished men get
Oh,
dressed.
baby. Them brothers set up their child. I got to find the child because I'm telling you,
Yeah, find it. You got to send it to me.
that was
Because
everything.
now I'm starting to think in my head, did I see that? Because I'm starting to think I might have.
Because the camera, child, it was just rows. They were in single file line. Girl, they was at one corner. That damn camera went all the way down to the corner, then went down again to the next corner.
Wait, did it look like the Nation of Islam in
Yes,
that scene in Malcolm X when they was all
yes.
lined up?
Girl, there was so many of them damn. I said, "Ooh, call the order, honey." Yes, okay,
And that's what you got to
assemble.
do. Like
You know?
statements like that are very necessary in these times.
Yeah.
They are very necessary. And
And
it did need to come from the men.
yeah, it had to. And it
It needs
had
to come
to,
from the
and that
men.
was that there, it's stuff like that that made me wish I was a part of it now,
Mm-hmm.
or how can I join this particular effort?
Right,
Okay,
because you see the goodness in some of
yeah,
it. That was
yeah,
what always got me. Well, I'm going to tell you, like, besides it being a family thing, the pink and green is a family thing for us, but the things that I knew about the good things that they did in the communities, that was what always had me. The community service and how they were supposedly, I don't know, from what I always understood, that they're always there for each other.
uh-huh.
Because remember that time when they tried to put that goddamn reality show on? That motherfucker came down just as quick as it went up, didn't it?
Okay, right.
You know what I'm talking about? You remember what I'm talking about? That reality show about about the fraternity, about the sororities.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Oh
That
yes.
shit came out and went off just as quick because they
Just
was not
they,
having it.
yeah. Yeah. They shut that
It was
down
not here,
immediately.
not today.
Okay. Marlon said the sisterhood, but they still come out together, but they still sit silent when we talk about racial discrimination. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Oh, you saw Gina, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, she saw it. Them old school Aunt Nikki. But these new age Negroes, no. Okay, right. Okay.
Listen, like I said, if I want to do a grand chapter, I'm old and I want to be with old ladies.
Okay.
I don't want to hang with you young bucks. Sorry.
Okay.
I want
Thank
the old
you.
ladies. I want the old
Yeah.
ladies that can tell me back in the day, you know, like the real history. Because when you start doing the history of them, 1909, I think AKA start. Don't let me get to start.
Okay.
But I studied, y'all.
But that stuff after I was at
we needed those things back in those times. Remember, we needed it.
Right.
For them to show us, we don't need your shit.
Number one.
You anyway.
Okay. Number one, and carrying on. So it was always at the time that they came together. But now I just what bothers me about all of them is that yes, I get we are a sexual a sexual society, but I get tired of the Qs, the Omegas or the Qs are known to be dogs and they womanize and I get sick of that being the leading narrative. Okay, we are all sexual beings, and that's a part of who we are.
Is this Memorial Day weekend, y'all?
Huh?
This Memorial Day weekend, or is it next week?
It's next weekend.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, next weekend. Okay.
Cole is asking me something.
Founded on January 13, 1913 by 22 collegiate women at Howard University, these students wanted to use their collegiate strength to promote academic excellence and to provide assistance to those in need. Okay.
And the way that they started is always the history of it. You know what I mean? The history of it. This is a history of us.
Yeah.
Selena and Zeta. I was going to say her colors. I knew her colors was blue and white, but I knew she wasn't Delta.
Right. I thought it was Delta Sigma Theta, honey, but you see where I am, child. Beta Phi Beta. Okay, and then I wanted to create my own because everybody got these damn Greek letters. I would get my own Greek shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
1908 and 1909, 1908.
Okay.
Any pink and greens in the house?
Right. Okay. Okay, then let's do this. Let me take a slight little commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to get into the feature of today. But we got a couple. We got a couple of them because those of y'all who don't know, the governor of Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee, has put into effect that businesses in Tennessee have to mark that they support transgenders. So like on their bathroom, they say this business supports transgender, and carrying on so that folks, it's the bathroom issue all over again. And basically he's saying that there should be no rights to carry on. You can let transgender children use bathrooms of their new gender. They need to use the bathrooms of their assigned gender. And so the businesses are being forced to post.
I had an issue with that. Remember when TS was talking about that? When Madison was talking about it? I had an issue with that because if I have a transgender sister, right? I don't feel safe with her going in the men's bathroom.
Me either. It'll cause commotion and problems and carry on. Everybody,
I just don't. And and for real, even what do they call it? The lesbians, the dykish type lesbians, the studs. I would still rather them use unless they trans all the way went through.
Right.
Because I feel like that's a problem for them too.
Right. Well, let's hold on because we're going to go there, and then of course we're going to get into Any of y'all have y'all watched the latest episode of Pose? Okay, if you're not watching, honey, you're missing out on something, on a treat. And if you have not watched it, I'm asking you, did you see Billy Porter recently on TAMRON Hall? Okay.
It almost took me clean out of here today.
Okay. She said, just build more toilets. Okay. Let me take a commercial break, honey. We'll be right back after these lovely old messages, honey, from our divine sponsor. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you tried Big Rob popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in an FDA approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at Hey Big Rob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today?
Be bold, be unique, be the tea, with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is. Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meat at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com.
Okay, we are back. If you're just tuning in, honey, we're about to get into some seriousness. But before we do that, let me introduce y'all to a couple of things, honey, okay? Because what it is, darling, it is time for what's up. Yes, we are doing our part to rebuild Black Wall Street, and I want to make sure that you guys get our Black-owned product for the week, okay? Let me bring Nikki back up in here because she's ready. Well, let me get her situated. Well, while we're doing that, I want you guys to understand something. You see this? This is Freedom Tissue, okay? Freedom Bath Tissue. Okay, now this here is another black-owned company. You guys, I bought you guys 2 other black-owned toilet paper companies before. This one here is Freedom. Okay, now I've used it. Okay, and it's pretty cute. It's cute. I would continue to do this because they also they are paper products period because they do toilet paper. They have paper towel. And they also have Kleenex. Okay, the Kleenex is lovely. Okay, what you say?
Compared to the last one, not the first one, which one is better?
If I were to sit down there between this one and Real, they're probably about the same to me.
Okay, because I like the last one. That first one, I ain't too sure about.
Okay, the first one, I adore the first one because it's strong.
It's in my car. It just looked like it, but I never opened it.
Okay.
I put it in the back as the emergency tissue.
Okay.
If we out and something ever happened, both of them rolls are still in Ella in the back. I don't want to take them out.
Okay.
I think you gave me more than that, and we used the other one, and it was cute.
Yeah.
I like that second one better.
The second one was softer and carried on because they say it's bamboo tissue.
Scott tissue. It gave me Scott.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But this one here, this is Freedom and what's the website? Freedom Paper Company. That's it. FPC.com, I believe. Okay.
Go get my little cheese spread, y'all. Look, Meech.
Okay.
Meech, look.
I see. Okay, right. I got you. Yes, FPC, freedompapercompany.com is where you can find this particular brand and their product. Okay. Now, remember when I showed y'all the black-owned trash bags, right? Swabs. Well, darling, they also now have aluminum foil. And this here is 200 square feet. Okay, for like $6.
Is it heavy duty or is it light?
It's a little light for me, but it's cute. It says heavy duty. It says heavy duty, but for me, it's light.
Okay.
Okay, it's light. We done got so used to Reynolds being so heavy and strong.
Yeah, I buy Reynolds heavy duty foil, and even if I get a store brand, like if I get the Walmart brand or whatever, I always get the heavy duty.
Right. And in addition to them having aluminum foil, they also got freezer bags now too. Okay. And then they come this gallon size. They have both the gallon and the quart size. Okay.
What's the price points on those?
These here. Oh hell, I forgot.
Are they reasonable? I bet.
Yeah, it's reasonable. Yeah, it's reasonable. Okay. It's reasonable. But the thing of it is, the problem is that because they're not in stores yet, you're gonna end up paying a shipping cost.
Right.
Okay, to have it delivered to you. And I think
where they located?
This particular company, you can get this from We Buy Black. Because when I bought it directly from them off their website. But the We Buy they ship the We Buy Black, which is right down the street from me.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right. I gagged on that. Okay. So that's SWAS, SWSAWAA''S. So you go there, SWAS.com, to find out more information about those particular products. Okay. I haven't used the freezer bag yet because I've already got some open, and I haven't opened this particular yet. So when I get it to do, I'll give you another report.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm always buying freezer bags.
Okay. So
so I'm always had to put some stuff in the freezer bags. Or we go to Aldi all the time.
Okay.
Lily loves those frozen waffles and fresh toast sticks and stuff like that. So when I open them, I just put them in the freezer bag after.
Okay.
They don't come in resealable things. So
Right. So that there, honey, that's our Black Wall Street. Hold on. I just love playing that because I just love playing that. Okay. So now let's get into this while we got some time. Okay. I want to go, let's start with Governor Bill Lee. Okay. And I want to go here because Marla said this. She said, this is so stupid. Just have locked bathrooms, lock the door, Pierce to get the heck out. Exactly.
Would you tell him again, Dr. Marla, please? Why are you so worried about it?
I want to understand, why are we still visiting this whole bathroom issue?
What about when you go to a small business, right? There's only one bathroom. It's just a bathroom. They don't give a shit who go in there. Long as you don't mess up their bathroom and stuff like that.
Right.
Use the bathroom.
Right. Okay. And then I say this every time we go here to this particular argument, because everyone always concentrate on trans women. They don't never concentrate on trans men, because ain't no straight man go sit down there and stand at a urinal and look over the urinal to see if this one got a penis or not. Who's gonna do that? Okay. This here is what bothers me with this, and this is it's becoming ridiculous, because what they're trying to put on our trans community is nowhere near what the hell this thing is. Well, I got children, honey. Listen, if they that damn small, you going in the bathroom with them.
Then they don't know anyway.
And then
if they confused, explain it.
Okay. And then they're not going to know, because if you're going up in there to take care of your business, you're going up in there to take care of your business, and you're coming right the fuck out.
And when they that little, they don't know it's a boy's bathroom and a girl's bathroom anyway. All they know, you still taking them to the bathroom.
Right. So this here,
so they're not hearing who's coming in and go to the bathroom. Most times, right, when you got to take them in the bathroom, they probably got to be so damn bad they don't even go up.
Right. I'm just having an issue with this, because I'm sick of this becoming a point of contention to where it has now become legislation. This here is too simple to be this complicated. Okay, it's too simple. Okay, it's too simple. All right. Well, they're gonna sit down there and bother my kids. Ain't nobody bothering your damn kids in the bathroom. Hell, do you bother kids in the bathroom when you go? Okay. It unnerves me.
A whole bunch of regular heterosexual people who be fucking with kids. I don't see you making a damn point about them.
Wait a minute. I'm tired of it, honey. I'm just sick of this becoming an issue. And then the same governor has sat down, and they, I think they said like 16 states that are mandating, they're doing transgender laws against youth and sports. Okay.
Yeah, I was seeing that.
And that
I don't know enough about that to even speak on that. I don't know if the hormones and all of those stuff. Like, I wouldn't even want to speak on it because I don't understand it yet, because I haven't done enough information to know. Like, you already know, I do not feel like kids should be taking hormones.
Right.
I feel like they should be a little bit older. I think they should start seeing like a therapist, 21, around that age. Start seeing a therapist about a year or two in the therapy, then do it to make sure. So if people are letting their children take hormones in high school and stuff, for sports and stuff like that, I don't know enough about that, because it's like, if they're not taking hormones, if you're a trans boy, but I'm a trans girl, not taking hormones yet, then y'all will be concerned that you're stronger than the born females. But if you are taking them and they say that it, brings the testosterone and stuff down.
Yeah, it blocks, but it takes a year to do that, right? Because there's a lot
of politics with that, and I'm just like,
and that's what this is. This is becoming so political, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And then, like when we had the show before, I had mentioned, Caitlyn Jenner wants to sit down there and have her opinion that she don't think that trans people should be competing against sports. I mean, in sports against biological women. But I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute, because when we played the clip at her acceptance speech for Woman of the Year,
which I still say you shouldn't have fucking got because you was a whole man.
you
was
wasn't a
whole.
Woman of the Year.
You
Okay.
was Bruce getting them motherfucking goddamn awards. So you was Bruce breaking them records.
So
so Peyton shouldn't be getting no award that Bruce got. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's in my opinion.
She was sitting up there saying, okay, well, this opens up for transgender athletes and carrying on. Well, you can't say that there and then sit up there now saying, oh, well, I don't think that trans girls should be competing against biological females. Well, wait a minute. She told me, well, it's just
and that
unfair.
was one of the things that confused me because I'm like, well, okay, if they taking the hormones, do they not bring the testosterone? Because that's what got me confused. When you say that makes me feel like the hormones that they're taking is not bringing their testosterone down. You're leading me to believe that they still have just as much as testosterone as a born boy.
Right. So
you're confusing the people. I know you confused the shit out of me.
Well, here's where it is. If anything, she would be the one to have the conversation to start a whole transgender league in sports, so that if mainstream wants to have fairness and carrying on, then you need to have that and create the whole lane to where, okay, these are trans athletes. You know they're trans athletes. Okay. And so anybody who comes against these particular folks, either you're going to be trans yourself or you're willing to say it.
My whole thing is, say, now, if they did that, how big would that be in high school? Because sometimes people might know that they're gay in high school, but they might not know that they're trans.
They're trans, right.
So are they going to allow that to happen? Because then if you only got one in this school and two in that school, I'm just, it's.
But that's where it is, and see, that's the whole argument there, okay? Because as
y'all go, if y'all had a boy team, girl teams, and then you just say in a unisex league,
right? But here's the thing: it's just like how girls want to play football.
Right?
They didn't have a girls' football league, so if they played, they had to play with the boys.
And now they got one, they exploit the shit out of it because them bitches be playing in lingerie.
Right. So here's what: either you go to the girls' league or you're gonna let the girls play with the boys. Okay. And then what was happening? They sit down there trying to do everything they could to hurt the girls. Tell us, oh, you ain't strong enough. You ain't strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we got trans children coming in saying, okay, well, and the argument that gets on my nerves is, oh, well, you couldn't cut it as a man, so you couldn't sit down there and win as a man, so you just gonna put on a dress and a wig. And now you want to sit down there, and of course you're going to win against the women because you're automatically stronger. That's Joe Brown with that bullshit. And I get sick of that particular argument talking about, well, you couldn't cut it as a man. You know what? And that right there is where I want to knock him in his goddamn mouth. That is, no, it wasn't I couldn't cut it as a man. Bitch, I never saw myself as a man.
Right.
And that's the part that you're not getting. I don't care what you say. Well, you got a penis and two testicles between your legs. That automatically makes you a man. No, that makes me male. That makes me biologically male. That don't make me no motherfucking man. Watch your mouth.
That's the shit. If you cry, you show emotion. Oh my God, be a man. Stop acting like a girl. Now, which one is it?
Right. So we have to get this particular conversation going. I don't like that the governor took this form of legislation to where he's forcing the businesses in that state to be, because see now what you're doing.
That just sounds like you a bigot.
That's exactly what it is, because what you're doing is you're putting all these other businesses in jeopardy, because what of the religious right, because they still got that damn religious thing. The right to what is it? Is the right to worship, whatever the name of that act is, okay? And so now you can sit down there. It's a discrimination bill basically, because based on your religious beliefs, you can deny folks by saying, oh well, my faith, that goes against my faith and everything, and blah blah blah. So that opens up a whole big old Pandora's box to legalize discrimination. Okay, so if you're going to legalize it all over again, then what the hell are we fighting for? What was all of this? How is it? Because religious freedoms are already protected by the First Amendment. They're already protected. So everybody talks about, oh well, now this is going against Christianity, and our religious freedoms are being imposed upon.
By who?
Not your religious freedoms are not being imposed
Yeah,
upon.
because I'm still trying to figure it out.
How? Because you disagree with somebody else. You disagree with how they're living their lives, so that goes against your particular religious belief.
Mind your damn business.
But wait a minute, but don't you do that anyway when you sit down there? If you Baptist and don't like Jehovah's Witnesses, don't they go against your religious beliefs? Okay, so we got this duality here that really makes no damn sense. Okay, so okay, yes, because when you do that, it's black and white and all other biases. Exactly. Okay, and this is where this comes into play. So we have to sit down and further this discussion, and then we have to sit down and open up the lines of communication and build better policies. Caitlyn Jenner, being that she's her former name, she's a decathlon. She's a Olympic medal winner. Okay,
Who was not taking hormones at the time?
Right, because they couldn't.
Right.
Because that would have been considered
doping. That would have been doping.
And all that kind of enhancements. So at that particular time, honey, you are the perfect somebody to fight for the right for transgender athletes, and at least to get the league to open up and say, okay, we need a transgender league here that's in mainstream, because we do have the gay game. Now, let me make that clear, because oftentimes in these discussions, I really think that the gay games.
And remember, until you said something about it, I didn't know that.
A lot of folks don't know about the gay games. And the gay games are basically all of the people who compete in the gay games are part of the alphabet community, and they are all athletes. Okay? Mm-hmm. And it is just a gay version of the Olympics. No, excuse me. No, it is the Olympics. It's just that all of the competitors here are alphabet children. Okay, which is hence the current gay games. Okay, they have all of the same categories and things: track and field. I think they have boxing. They got all of the popular stuff that they do at these particular sporting events,
right,
to win a medal.
And that's crazy, because if people don't think, if you honestly believe that in the traditional Olympics, there are people in the. Did y'all just see the USA women's soccer team?
Child, don't you start.
I need for y'all to get y'all damn life together and stop acting like. That motherfucking soccer, she's the goddamn truth, honey.
Okay.
And she is the studdest of the studs I ever seen in my life. Ain't nobody got to tell me. If she say she ain't, I got an issue. Now I need to come and knock on some doors and figure out what's going on, because she is. She's an amazing athlete. And if y'all stop worrying about all the other shit and let them be great.
Exactly. Okay.
Somebody can't just be great. So I went back to the thing with Paul Mooney. He would be great, but no, he's great. I don't even want to say was. It's too fresh for me.
Okay, right. Okay, exactly. Okay. Exactly.
That's why y'all keep asking why we can't get further as a people.
Oh,
Why we
okay.
look a little bit in the mirror sometimes.
Right. And there
Cause
you
somebody's
have
sexual
it.
preference, that don't make them black. They ain't still fighting this black fight. Y'all get on my motherfucking nerve. Sorry, Dr. Mom. You gotta be trying to hold it when I know you ain't, but
Okay. So, all right. So that did was that. Now let's get into this thing here. Um,
whew, we
exactly.
about to do it.
She said it's like having Special Olympics for the
The
disabled.
Special Olympics. Yeah.
Completely.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You
Yep.
know, you have them children who are athletes, but because they have special needs or considered to be disabled in some way, they're not disabled, honey. They're just different.
Right.
You know. And what about the basketball? You know, the wheelchair basketball league, the disabled.
Wheelchair basketball.
If
Yeah.
you see them boys play,
Honey. Wheelchair and all. I know I get my ass
how
whooped.
bad, honey. Them kids be in it. Listen, oh honey, oh
I
honey,
totally get my ass whooped. Well, I can't play ball, but I love the sport. And that wheelchair basketball is amazing, honey.
oh honey. To say the very least. Okay. All right. So now let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. If y'all have not watched Pose, this is its final season. They're doing 7 episodes to
I
close
feel some
out.
type of way about that too, but I ain't gonna say
Okay.
it.
Uh oh really? My baby's in Special Olympics, she says. Oh, okay. And she's playing softball tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I used to play softball.
okay. That's hot.
I ain't started playing softball until I got grown. I
Okay.
was on the wives team when we went to Germany.
Uh-huh.
I love softball.
Okay.
Yes, honey.
If you have not paid attention to this season of Pose, honey, I'm telling y'all, they finna gonna send this girl out with a bang. Because baby, they opened up cutely, okay, and got the children back out on the floor, okay. Then they done opened up, and now we got all this stuff happening and carrying on. Miss Blanca got a man, honey, and he had to sit down here and go get his parents. And oh, honey, I'm telling you,
Oh, Blanca got him. See, I told y'all.
Blanca
I
got
ain't
a
watched it
man,
till I
girl,
know it was
and his
up.
boy fine as hell. Oh, Blanca got a man.
Y'all don't understand how I love Pose, so I haven't watched it because I want to watch it.
They sat down and Electra, and they tell Electra's story, how she became who she is, and the scene with her and her mama.
Is it deep? Don't tell
Um,
me.
Girl,
I can't wait.
Goyle.
Oh, so there's a reason for the shrewdest. It must be a
Goyle.
reason for her to be the shrewd heifer that she is.
When you see it, you will get it and you will understand completely.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is this, Dwayne. Right.
Ooh.
She said, mommy, look.
I'm
This
gonna
is
tell y'all something. When I first started watching Pose, right? That one that played Angel, that's her name, right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't. I promise y'all, I didn't think Angel was trans at all. I thought Angel was born.
Marlon, we're saying pose as in strike a pose. Okay, Pose.
When I first saw it,
Okay.
I said, "Well, wait a minute. They gave it to a female." I first thought Angel was born female.
Okay. What
She
this
is gorgeous.
is,
Even though Elektra got strong features, Elektra is gorgeous too.
she said, where come on at? Okay.
And
If
oh, you ain't never seen it?
you've never seen it, if you have never,
Oh
ever,
my
ever,
God,
ever
no. You
seen it,
gotta go to season 1, then girl, you gonna have
you
a
gotta
good
start at season 1, honey. Go on Netflix and you can catch seasons 1 and 2 on Netflix. Okay.
So wait,
Uh,
is Hulu showing the FX stuff on the next day?
yeah,
Are they?
yeah, they are.
Okay, so I'll just go to my
Okay,
Hulu. No, I was gonna have to go to my Fire Stick.
okay. If you yeah, Netflix is
The one and two.
where you can get 1 and 2. And start there because this is season 3 now, and this is going to be the last season. But honey, you have to really get into it to understand
It
exactly
made
what.
me realize some stuff when I
Yeah.
watched that. When I watched that, because I didn't used to understand where the houses and everything came
Uh
from.
huh.
I
Uh
just thought it was that made me understand, and it touches a place in your spirit
Yeah.
to understand that this is places where people have to make a family.
Yeah.
You know, it started as that. It might not be like that now, but
Don't feel like that. It's just that because of the television stuff in it, you don't hear unless they walk in balls or whatever. You don't hear necessarily house names like that. But we still have it out here, honey. You know,
right.
we
No,
still
I'm just saying, like the way that more people can come out nowadays than they could before.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is how much that was a help to young men
Uh huh.
and young women, trans girls.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will because all of the main characters, honey, are trans.
Yeah, it
The
just it
main
gave you an
characters are all trans.
understanding of when you just feel that unwanted and that unloved, and it's like where you had to build families. The beginning, I'm talking about like the first, and it had me hooked just because of that. Like, I'm glad that I wasn't a parent that turned my back on my kids or felt any
Mhm.
type of way. I'm glad that was never my spirit. Because to see that and then know that they have friends like that whose parents have turned their backs on them or tried to pray it out of them, beat it out of them.
Yeah.
And what's that other thing that's on Netflix? What's the name of it? It was the movie. Because
Paris
remember
is
they
burning.
said, huh?
Paris is burning.
No. The thing it was like something church or
Oh, Sunday church, Saturday church, one of them. Yeah.
Saturday church. And those things make people understand, like, and it like really put me in the feet. Like, I know I will always feel sorry for some of their friends who say that their moms and them did, their moms, their dads, whatever. But to see it like that, and where you could see the hurt, and even though it's TV, you can feel the realness in the hurt of what people have to go through when they got so many people who have such closed minds. That's what I'm gonna call them. I ain't gonna call them hateful because maybe they just been so indoctrinated into their religious beliefs or whatever the hell it is. But when your mind is so closed that you can turn your back on your own kids.
Mm-hmm.
But to know that there was some place that some of them that was able to find a place to call home. And then find something that they can enjoy and all that stuff, but show the struggles, the ups and downs, the goods and bad. Honey.
Okay. Okay. I want to understand everybody's world. I was a foster kid, so I understand people that get people's backs turned on them. So it's having empathy like Christ expects us to be like. Exactly. Honey, let me tell you, you would get an education about the alphabet culture in many different forms with watching this. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to encourage you to do that, honey. And yeah, it's going to take you fast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you fast. And then it's going to have questions, and just give yourself a minute to
I was about to say that, bitch. I was about to say that. You're gonna take a minute.
yeah, give yourself a
And
minute because a lot of them will start to unfold within the series. And then as it unfolds, you may have more questions because then some stuff will start to make a little sense here and there, and et cetera, et cetera. But here's where we're going because if you did not see Billy Porter, he plays the character Pray Tell, because you haven't seen it. What has happened? Billy Porter came on TAMRON Hall a couple of days ago, and he revealed that for the last 14 years, he's been HIV positive, right? Why is that significant? Well,
I was going to say, for people who haven't seen the show,
if you have not seen the show, the character that he plays, Pray Tell, their lives are paralleling. And this is where divine intervention comes into play. He never told anybody
nobody
that he was HIV positive until just recently. He said he told his mom maybe a month ago, less than a month ago. Okay. He just told his mother.
Because his mom was like, why would you keep
Okay.
this yourself?
His character mirrors his life in so many instances, even down to the fact that his character was molested by his stepfather. Okay. And so was Billy. Okay. And TAMRON asked him, did Ryan Murphy, who was the executive producer and what, of the show, did they know any of this? And he said, I told no one. So for me to have been given this script, I had to learn that I am the vessel being used to touch people and to tell the story. He said, because now I'm living the story. This, Pray Tell and Billy's life are paralleling. And
he said he got that the scene of them telling him he had HIV was his exact scene when they told him. Porter 14 years ago. And he did the scene just the way
he said it took him right back there. And
he said, I did the scene exactly the way I got my results.
Okay.
And y'all gotta see that scene to understand.
He kept it for her because of shame and not being accepted. Exactly.
But not from her. Remember, I don't think it was from her that he thought, because she knew he was gay.
Yeah, the thing of it was the idea, because it was
supposed to be the punishment.
Yeah, it was always drilled in him that this is what this is. This is punishment and carrying on. And he said something so profound that it rocked me. He said, I couldn't even go to God because that's the first thing that you take from us as gay folks. The first thing you take from us is that God don't love us and we're going to burn to hell. So you take God from us.
Yeah, that is what he
and
said.
I
was like, yep. Said you had me believing that God ain't love me, and that is a lie.
Baby, that was significantly powerful right there. Okay. And so when we look at this and listen to his story, it's up on YouTube. If y'all didn't see it, I'm encouraging y'all to go see it. Because he let the church have it. He let the church children have it. Okay.
Sure did.
He let the church children have it with both barrels, and I was here for it.
I was here for every damn second of it. I was here in tears, but I was here for it.
Because as long as we are silent and making sure we can make the folks shout in the choir, okay, and making sure everything is real cute, because
I was going to say, as long as you could direct that choir,
you could direct that choir, honey. You got the screamers. I was just going to say, you got the screaming tenors, honey, who can hit a soprano note and make sure to go in. Don't do that, okay? So because we have all of that, it's really something, okay? And then I always say that when the church needs some money, they pull out the God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve sermon.
That shit, yeah.
Okay, you usually get that once a quarter, okay.
And then my smart ass would be like, well, God actually made Adam and Lilith.
Okay, and when you come through, So it's okay. And Carrie, no, but I will never forget this day that we had when he wasn't a visiting pastor, he was a pastor on the pulpit,
Mm.
and it was his turn to speak that day. And I didn't know where the hell it came from, honey. But we got the Adam and Eve speech, right? I don't know where it came from because we was on the road, and then all of a sudden it came. This thing, I was like, what? But he said God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve or Eve and Yvette.
Eve and Yvette.
Bitch, when he said that, I howled.
Eve and Yvette.
Baby, I cackled for the gods.
See, that's the kind of shit when I turn around and be like, was you there?
And the thing of it was, when he said that Eve and Yvette, he turned right around to the choir. I'm not going to say that he looked at me. I'm just going to say our eyes met. Okay, our eyes met, and that's what baby, I howled, I cackled.
You how?
Okay, I cackled. Okay, wait a minute. What you say? When the church need money, they would take
Okay.
from those they say don't like. Take from those they say they don't like.
Oh, absolutely. You can
At
take
its
your money.
finest, honey, you better understand. So in all of that, okay, in all of that, here's something that I want to give you guys because if you're not, I'm trying not to give the episode away because I want y'all to watch this
I
episode.
ain't watched it yet.
But I want to, ladies, let me ask you a question.
Can I ask you a question?
If you know that your man is gay
Mm-hmm.
and yet you married him anyway,
You talking about from that old episode?
no,
Oh, a new one. Because
because you ain't watched it,
Angel boyfriend, wife knew he was gay.
right? But no, hold on.
Okay, but go ahead. I'm still watching what you tell me or not. I'm watching.
What would you sit up and wait a minute? You knew your husband was gay.
Mm-hmm.
Your best friend was his former lover.
Now wait a damn
Okay.
minute. We sharing now?
Would you go to your best friend and ask him to teach you or show you or tell you how to make love to your husband because you don't know how to keep him happy?
It's wrong. That Nikki, how many?
Gay or straight. I don't want my best friend's man. Ex-man. I don't want that, period. I don't give a fuck if you're gay or straight. I don't want my best friend's man. I don't want her former man.
Ooh, stop, Marla. My cousin stayed married to a man for 22 years that was gay.
Well, how long was Helena married?
I don't know. She's not in here.
Oh, she's not in here? Okay. I was going to say, because she talk about that all the time, too.
Okay. The whole idea, children.
I don't want my best friend's ex anything, gay or straight, and fuck no, I'm not going to go ask.
Okay.
When we sit down here and get into let's dissect this, okay? Because what we're talking about is when you're sitting up here saying, "Oh, he's a good man," okay? He's a good man, and you know this, that, and the other, but you're married to him. Why? Because he's a pastor of the church, and you're trying.
Oh, so she just a beard?
She's a willing beard.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Because is it one of those where he likes both, or is the wife just a beard?
The wife is a beard, and she knows it. But you
She got
supposed,
relationships on the side.
but no, but what it is that he's supposedly done changed and converted and been delivered and all this, that, and the other. Okay, but because you supposedly walking in your deliverance, You don't know how to please your man or keep him happy because you're not what he wants.
Okay.
In the
Okay,
episode,
so you gonna go somewhere and strap one on or something, or
she goes to pray tell because right. Because the pastor of the church, after he done sit down here and had it out with his mama and carrying on, he goes home to tell them that he has HIV and that he's dying. Okay. So he gets there, and the auntie, who's the original Aunt Viv, honey, Miss Jenny Hubert, who eats this roll up. Oh, you got to
what?
She eats this roll, girl. She eats this roll.
That's an acting.
What is that?
And I don't mean it in no disrespect.
The what? Yeah.
I mean it with all the respect that you could possibly put on that word. That bitch is an acting.
So, honey,
oh, so she's some okay.
The auntie sits up there and say, come on down here to the church because I got to go down here and get my soloists together for Sunday. And she said, well, you'll be surprised at the pastor. You'll be happy to see him. And he said, who the pastor? Vernon Jackson.
What?
He said, Vernon Jackson is the pastor?
Wait, that's what Pray Tell said?
Yes. So he gets down there and, then they had the little scene and carried on. And we find out that why he's upset. Because he and Vernon were lovers.
So damn, he don't know when he got it from.
Okay, he and Vernon were lovers back in the day. So when Pray Tell left, Vernon gave his life to the Lord and carried on. And so Vernon married Pray Tell's best friend, Ebony. Okay. Right. So they get to the table, and then he wants him to come over and things, and so there's somebody called from the church, and Mother so and so ain't doing well at the hospital, so he got to go. So Ebony and Pray Tell sit down at the table, and she tells him, "Well, you see, there's a 5-year difference between the children." She said, "Because between those 5 years, we didn't, I didn't know how to make them happy. I didn't know how to do this," and so she asked Pray Tell. Tell me what should I do to make him happy, to make him feel good. He said, are you asking me?
Who wrote this? Who wrote this particular episode?
I don't know.
I need to find out because I want to
watch it. And so he's like, well, how do you never will? Because he's gay. Her response was, he's a good man. But he's a good man. And he's serving the Lord, honey, and I'm married to him. And that said to me that, see, everybody who gets caught up in that doctrine and dogma, okay, not necessarily pray the gay away, but I'm in it because God said that this is my husband. That, and so I'm going to stay here because I'm going to make this work and carry it on.
I'm going to blame that on God all the time. No, you said that was your husband. God ain't tell you that. You told
okay, or here's the thing. Maybe it was your, I think we get this wrong because everybody say until death do us part. But I have come to believe that sometimes death is not always a physical death.
I was about to say that. I was about to say death of this
death
relationship.
Is not always a physical.
Yeah, because if the relationship has died,
yes.
Are you waiting till death do you part? Because what if it's an abusive relationship and your motherfucking ass that death you gonna die?
Wait, Marla, don't you make me? Don't you make me? She said, "What?" She said, "A good man. Oh well, let God change things. I'm gone."
Okay. But he's a good man.
Okay. Oh, shut up, girl. She said, what was that? Marla.
I'm going to kill him dead. That's what I was about to say, but like, so I'm supposed to if you're in a relationship till death do us part, till this motherfucker kill me? I don't think so.
Right. Okay. Have you watched Legendary yet? No, I have not.
Oh, what's Legendary?
Legendary is a ball competition. show. Houses are competing against each other, you know, with all these different
So now they're trying to capitalize off of it.
yeah. I heard it's good. To me, it was a bit much when I saw the trailer
I'm
for it
past
for
seeing
the
the
new
trailer for
season,
that.
and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, honey, what is all this?" And
I
but
think I had seen the trailer for that.
I'm gonna catch
rather
it
just
because
go
I
to
want to see
one.
what it is.
Look,
To
I'd
see,
rather just go to one.
okay, but nonetheless, the biggest thing here is because see in the episode, Pray Tell's mom ends up saying the same thing because he's like, "You knew this man was touching me, and you didn't protect me. You did nothing." She said, "Well, what was I supposed to do? Because when your father died, I needed a man, and you needed a man to help raise you.
That's raising me.
That's why you got to watch that because yeah, when you see that, I was like, whoo, that's big.
And
That's
but the
big.
thing about it, you know why it's so big? Because that's the mentality of so many people because they ain't know no better.
They didn't know no better, and see what you see, and then here's generational too, because see now, you know, Pray Tell being now with, you know, he's our age, so you talking
Right.
about take this back to when he was 16, 17, you know, before he left. You know, so his mother and stuff is from that generation before us.
Right.
Okay, where church is everything. You don't question God. You know, God say this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember we
So
talk about that all the time. You don't question God. You don't question God. But then when something go wrong, what they say, go ask God. Now make up your damn mind. Am
you
I
don't
supposed to
question,
ask him about
right,
shit or not?
right, and so that there it comes to, and then to also coming from the 50s and 60s. You know, where a woman ain't a woman unless she got a man, honey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And carrying on.
Couldn't
So
just
and
be a
then
spinster because then they automatic. They got to prove it on you, honey.
right. You know, so in that it was like, wow, wow, this is really, really big. Okay. Really, really, really
Oh,
big.
I'm sorry, Lily. I was just thumping my feet. I wasn't calling you baby. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My poor baby. When I knock and stuff, she thinks.
She said, I was old school culture, but I'm not a dummy. Girl, let me tell you about old school culture.
Nala,
Child, that.
knock
Because
on the
let's see, I had all the denominations. I was
door.
baptized, born and raised Baptist.
I'm live, right?
Then when I was coming into my own, I wanted to get into, you know, I was finding God for myself. So I done studied Jehovah's Witnesses. I've been Kojic. I've been apostolic. I couldn't do the Catholic thing. I still can't do that because that wasn't enough for me. Um, and then I didn't like the idea of, you know, you got to go confess your sins to the Father. Father, I have sinned. You know, what the fuck
I
is
can't
that?
sit at home and tell God what I did. First of all, you ain't never prayed about
I
it.
don't get
Last
that.
time I checked, I thought y'all said
Okay.
God knew already.
You know,
I
I
can't
don't
sit in Ariana.
understand. I don't understand praying to Mary. Okay, the mother of Jesus. I don't understand that either.
Now
So,
listen, I'm
uh-uh.
gonna tell you what I just realized about the Catholic faith. The Catholic faith, because for me it was like y'all got too many y'all got too many people. Too
Right,
many people, y'all praying to all the saints and all the stuff. Until I start watching all my African stuff.
right, and how,
And
yeah,
how it's different. And when they ever say something like if they need to pray or something, they never say just God. They say gods of our land. And they think that there are different gods that protect each land.
yeah, which,
So like the Catholic people have all the different saints. It's like don't take the little stuff to God. You can go over there and pray to Saint Mark.
uh huh,
And pray to,
uh-huh.
so I because growing up it was like is one God, don't put nobody before him. You know, in the three major religions, that's how it is. Christianity, Islam, Judaism. Don't you put nobody before me. I'm a jealous God. We ain't doing that.
Right,
But
right,
then as I did my history, like I said, I did ancient civilizations. And Akhenaten was the first pharaoh to
uh-huh,
go into monotheism. It
okay,
wasn't like that before him. And he worshiped the sun, S-U-N.
right, right,
So it's like there were so many things before You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell people, ain't nobody gonna know who got it right until you close your eyes. So all I can tell you is live and be the best person that you can be. Be a good person. Don't be fighting with somebody else about which religion is right.
Right.
Because
Because
ain't nobody gonna know.
well, I've always said if you take the best parts of each denomination or each religion, you will have God.
Baby. And that's why I said there are so many different things that I've learned that I take with me every day. Like I used to make it a point. I wasn't practicing in Islam anymore, but I used to make it a point to say a prayer the 5 times a day. My alarm, and I think I'm gonna go back to doing it. My alarm will be set to the salat times. If I didn't do anything but say thank you at those times, it was 5 times a day because I felt like it was necessary.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just different things that I took from all the different things that I learned. Now, I can tell you one damn thing I couldn't stand because y'all know I went to Catholic school too. After we moved and I couldn't go to the Islamic school no more, it was too far. Child, that stand, sit, kneel, stand, sit, kneel, stand, sit, kneel. It's too much.
Okay, girl. I know I went to church with my ex, right?
Mm.
And he's Catholic, and you know, I had never gotten into all of that kneeling because I had never been to a service before. I've just been to churches
How'd
again.
you fall clear to sleep?
Baby, number one or number two, girl, I didn't know what the kneelers were for. I just know I kept knocking into it and things. And then, child, by the time I got down, they had jumped back up. I was like,
That's why I said stand, sit, kneel. Stand, sit, kneel.
I
That's
was
the
like, okay. Then
rotation,
I got
honey.
up. I got up. Then whatever the spit thing is, when they do I didn't know what that was. I said, what? Okay. And it was freaking me out for a second. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, I didn't understand that. And then after they did the doo-wop, you know, then they was back down again. And I was like, I said, "Yeah, I'm not getting back down on this damn kneeler, honey. Shit, it took me too long to get back up.
Child, I remember learning the Beatitudes and all kinds of stuff. I remember all of that stuff, and I believe.
Hey, niece.
Huh, what you doing here, girl? Hey, girl. Hey.
Okay. So, child,
I
it
was
was
just about to
that.
send you another picture. I finished all 5 bracelets, Keisha. You guys, see, I'm as a mama. I multitask. I done made 5 children's bracelets. This is a Vegas. There's too many of these niggas. Liliana.
Okay, I heard that. She said, I cannot do Catholic at all. Ain't no pope or priest going to God for
Okay.
my sins.
Olivia.
Because I
Yeah,
don't trust
I
them.
see it, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all see that red, black, and green and stuff up in here. Y'all know I gotta keep it real.
Okay. There's only
Yeah,
one God,
the
and
Pope
one
and them.
baptism.
First of all, the Pope and them got too much shit in the Vatican cellar, okay? Y'all done stole too much shit that don't belong to you. You need to give back. Like them 14 books of the damn Bible that we know missing down there. I
Right.
need for y'all to put those back. And put
You know
Mary
what?
Magdalene's book the hell back.
Let me tell y'all something. If you don't understand Catholicism, I want y'all to go and watch the movie Stigmata. If you watch that movie, baby, I swear to you, it will open you up to a whole different mind and thought process of, oh, that movie there is epic. But nonetheless, you know, when we talk about what was going on and talk about the episode of Pose, uh, the questions that had come up in that episode about understanding how a black gay man can exist in the church and how we're able to reclaim our lives. Because I titled today's show, I canceled depression and I reclaim my life. Because most of the time folks get depressed. Yeah, how'd you not in here? But how'd you always, he always asked the question, where are the happy gays? Well, when happiness was stolen from me, okay, or I'm constantly told that I could never be happy because God won't love me if
That's
but
why
you tell me
what Billy said resonated so deep. How
you,
am I supposed to ever truly be happy when you took God
you
from
took
me?
God from me and told me that God hates me and God is going I'm a burn in hell. You took
Last time
God,
I checked,
baby.
y'all said God said he made us in his image. So when I look in the mirror, I'm supposed to see the God in me. Remember the song? It's the God in me.
Right.
So who are you to tell anybody who God is to them, or what God like or don't like? Because it's some words you read in a book that a man wrote.
Baby.
A man wrote that book.
Ooh.
God didn't write that. Even when we say Torah, that was supposed to be what God gave directly to Moses. And I was like, for a long time, I was like, yeah, that's dope. God gave. And then I had to think. So Genesis and stuff started way before Moses was born. So the guy say, hey, hold on, let me take back. Take back to the beginning. I want you to write all this down. Then why was Moses writing after him? Did God told him what was going to happen? After? Make it make sense? Because just like Martin said, he knew he wasn't going to make it in to the promised land. So God told you everything that happened before you and after you. And I'm not saying that God wouldn't. What I'm saying is it something that's questionable?
Right.
How you know if God told Moses some stuff and Moses ain't add his own shit?
Well,
we don't know that. You basing stuff. You can't tell somebody that God loves everybody. God don't make mistakes. God made you in his image. And then turn around and say, but not you.
okay.
Separate outcast. Spiritual is the key to long term. Yes, come on. See, I raised some good ass kids. Y'all see my daughter down there? I don't even know where the hell she came from. Them not cheering.
Okay. How about that? What'd you say?
You can't tell somebody they are a mistake or God don't like you and then turn around and say God made everybody in his image. God don't make no mistakes. Which one is it?
Okay. I just pray that I see Jesus, Yahweh, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. The book was written by 40 inspired spirit of God men.
Look, I know I ain't on Beagle.
And that's the word right there.
They do.
Okay, but here, this is what I do all the time because I tell folks this in my teachings and things of that nature because I had left the Christian church I left the church, period, back in 2009. I left it. I'm done with it. I am so done with it. It is crazy and even now, I still hear stuff that will move me and are good tools. And I know God is speaking to me because if it moves me and shakes me, I know that there's some substance there. But what it is, I tell folks all the time, when we're looking at the Bible and it's being by people who are inspired by, this is the inspired word of God. I say, well, isn't that the same as your preaching? When you go to church and you go listen to a sermon and he said, okay, I got a word from God, from the Lord, and the Lord told me to tell you this.
And what did I always say?
Inspired?
That was your word. That was the message
right.
To
it was inspired by God. And then when you start to preach it, then you start using your own terms and stuff to make it make sense to everybody. So now, what we get caught up on is not necessarily the message. We get caught up in the preacher who's saying it because now we say, oh, God gave him that word, and it's not, it's inspired by in order to motivate you, is how you apply it and how you interpret what was said that gets you through. And just like that, honey, if the pastor is inspired to give a word, okay, and inspired because God touched him and usually the word is for the pastor first because that's who was inspired,
That's who was inspired by.
Or her. And then as he delivers that, then he knows it's going to be a blessing to somebody else because it's like, okay, I know God told me to say this
Somebody
because
might need to hear this.
this is what's on my heart, and I know somebody needs to hear this. Okay. And then here's the other thing, because there are times where, when you're at church or at these particular, wherever you are, and you hear somebody say something, whether it is motivational or inspirational or not, when it don't mean you.
Yeah, you know when it ain't yours.
You know when it ain't pertaining to you.
You know when it hit the hell out of you and you say,
when they talking right to you. Okay. So that there is what all of this is. And so in this episode of Pose, when Billy confronts Vernon and he confronts his mother and he confronts his aunt, I'm gonna tell you, have some tissue ready when you
Well,
watch
you
it.
should have told me to have some tissue ready before you let me watch that damn interview. You ain't
I'm
warned
gonna
me.
tell you,
You want
no,
to
I'm
warn me
telling you
now.
now, have some tissue ready because when you get to this song that he sings,
Now, you know I was going to say that. You guys know I've never been a Christian. I've learned a lot of Christian things, but I've never been a Christian. But baby, I loves me some gospel music. And it's not all of it.
we
It's
just
not
have to
all of
trust the spirit of God in you. That's all you can trust, baby. That's all we can trust because
it.
everybody's journey is uniquely different, which is why relationship to whatever you
Individual
call,
is your individual journey, remember?
that is what this why your relationship with whoever you call that is important, which is why Billy's or Pray Tell saying about, the church. No, this is what the church did because you threw me out. You threw me out and said that this was supposed to be. I come here for inspiration, direction, leadership, sometimes chastisement. But you threw me out and said that I could never be loved by the entity that you say made me.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have nothing but to trust the spirit here. But for those who don't understand that connection, that they're connected to the life force because the life force was taken from them. Then you got to find a way to make it make sense. And then I got to get reconnected to it to know that it never left me.
Right.
Dogma left me. Doctrine left me.
Oh, come
Religiosity
on.
left me.
Come on.
God never left me.
You just made me think he did.
And you took it
And
from
I
me.
believed you.
And I believed it because I didn't know no better. And then when I came into understanding, that's where relationship came. And so that's why you can't tell me. You can't tell me what I know about about who I call the Savior of God or the Omniverse, as I
The
like to call it.
omniverse, honey.
You can't tell. There's nothing you can. I don't want to hear no scriptures. I don't care what you say about them. Girl, you can't. You can't sit down here and quote scripture for me if I done already told you, bitch. I'm not here for it. I don't care what scripture you
And
trying
just
to
because
tell
what you
me.
get out that scripture don't mean that's what I get out of it. And no matter how many times you repeat it, don't mean that I'm gonna
Don't
see
mean
what
that
you
you gonna
see.
make it right. I don't care how many times you repeat it. You can say it with conviction. It's still not gonna say that you right and I'm
You could
wrong.
put the preacher tone on it, and God said.
Don't you start me because you know I love the Christian theatrics, honey. You know them damn
You
Christian
listen, I
theatrics.
love it too. But
And you
just
know
because
you
you
know
do
who
it
my
don't make me
favorite.
right.
My favorite is TD Jakes because child when he go,
Baby, I love me some TD Jakes. When he do that, look, he did
baby,
what he said.
get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready,
Ready,
get
get
ready.
ready, get ready. I love me some TD Jakes. Y'all shit, I got TD Jakes all up and through my audio books, honey.
Yeah, it
TD Jakes
tickled me.
inspired the goddamn world, honey.
And honey, the thing of it is, and this is what I'm saying, because just like in the episode, we had to understand that just because you have been quote unquote called to be the leader of this flock, okay, does not mean that I have to call you my leader. And
Right.
that's very important because see, my pastor, Reverend Darren McCarroll Jones, okay, he passed away a few years ago, but that was the first man that I willingly called my pastor.
Okay.
Why? Because he was the first man to show me that it was okay to be a man. You
Mm.
understand me? Because I
Mm.
didn't get caught up in the deity of him being pastor.
Okay.
Okay. I saw the man that he was, and I saw the leadership that he was providing. And because he often gave us the opportunity to research and search and to question and to this, he gave us that opportunity without browbeating Jesus and everything over our face. I willingly called that man pastor because I actually
Mm.
had growth. And I actually saw what he was trying to do because it wasn't me trying to follow him to God. He gave me the tools so where I follow God on my own.
Right. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you some stuff to help you along the way.
Right. And that man was the first man I willingly called my pastor. Okay. Then came Tony Jones, and then Elder Claus. Those are the three people in my life. Oh, and Archbishop Carl Bean. Those are the people that I willingly gave them their titles because I loved them enough to do that. Everybody else, Reverend Alfreda, Bishop Bishop Jones, Zachary Jones, Bishop Quabani Cheeks. Okay, those children there, I liked them and I gave them the titles out of respect. But I adored them because I was absolutely being taught. And it wasn't like I'm following them blindly because
Right.
the church said I was supposed to do that. So there was a big difference there. And so I had to learn Unity Fellowship Church Movement, which was my last denominational church. And it was not, that was the name of it, Unity Fellowship Church Movement. That was the last church that I pledged my allegiance to, because in it, we were able to grow individually, and as
Yeah.
we grew individually and came together to discuss our growth, that's how we grew collectively. It wasn't about us trying to create a dogma and this, that, and the other. But then it changed, and that's when I left. Because then we got to the point to where everything that you were teaching me, now you're backsliding on it, and you done became just like everybody else. Because one of the things about liberation theology is that it was a whole different kind of theology. It was all about, you hear Bishop Carlton Pearson talk about, the church of inclusion, because everybody's a part of God, and that's how he ended up when he left his church and left the denomination and the Kojic church. Baby, it was a whole big to do. Okay, how he lost his church and his flock and this, that, and the other because he got to preaching inclusion. And was saying that we need to embrace our gay brothers and sisters and this, that, and the other. And the kids wasn't having it. The kids were not having it, honey. And so now that we have that, when folks preach that or whatever, and you're taught that, we had that, but then all of a sudden, because we were LGBT affirming, what we started turning into was traditional church without the God, Adam and Eve and Adam and Steve sermons. And I'm able to come with my husband or my lover or whatever, and we get to sit together and hold hands like the regular couples do. So it became show. Y'all doing all this for fucking show. My
Right.
organization ain't no goddamn, this ain't no damn theatrical play. This is not for play. This is serious to me. And
They
I'm
just playing with people's
yeah,
lives. That shit ain't funny.
now, I don't need to be somewhere where y'all coming up in here just so that y'all can look good and this, that, and the other. We were sitting up there, and for those who
I'm
wanted
coming to play God, huh?
to
Coming to
get
play
married,
church.
you had to go through a year of marriage counseling before the pastors would marry you, right? Why are the children getting upset? Well, we want to get married now. You committing the rest of your life to this woman. You can't give me a year for counseling to get prepared.
Remember we talked about that over and over thing, and I said that time with Medusa, I said, you need to be with someone, and they all their seasons.
Yes.
Change. You can't take 1 year and see somebody in all their seasons and let them see you in all of yours. What's wrong with that?
That was too much.
And that means you was coming to play church and coming to play marriage and coming to play.
And this was LGBT affirming. So this is the alphabet children there, and y'all mad at the pastor. Oh, he ain't doing that. He don't want to marry us, bitch. What you rushing for? What are you so much in a hurry for? So you can sit there and say, I'm married. You got the ring on your finger. All we doing is going through to make sure this is right for us.
Right.
I'm going to commit my life to you, but you can't give me a year to wait. Bitch, bye. Bye. Okay?
Y'all know I'm licensed to marry people. I only married one couple.
Okay.
That was Tavi. I married Tavi and her wife.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you that? You didn't know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, last year on Valentine's Day.
I went to Catholic school, and when we had church, I would be seated and I would fall asleep.
Because you was bored as hell. Mass is boring as shit. That's why I'm glad when my mom put me in the one that was closest back down to my grandmother.
Yeah.
And it was in North Philly. So even though, we had the little choir and usually Catholic churches, oh man, Mary.
Right.
No, baby, we was in North Philly. So the gospel came up out there. We had who did we have? We had Kim Sledge and two of the other sisters one time came for us and sang with us.
Okay.
Down to the most precious blood, honey. Yes, God. But I can't take it, honey. It's too boring. And I'm not going in no little box to tell somebody what I did. That's between me and God. He already know. And if I got to confess it with my mouth, I could tell him from my room.
Okay.
Won't he do it?
Okay, right. Yeah, well, you know what? On that note, honey, let me let you get up because we done been up here and I got to get off my legs. I've been sitting up lately.
And I need to take this stuff.
And I got to stretch out because I want to get this pressure off my legs because I got too much fluid on me and my skin is feeling tight. So I want to stretch out and get it up off me so that it can start to do whatever.
Well, for me, you guys, I've been sitting up, and y'all know I got the bad sciatica. It's been getting inflamed at the bottom of at the top of my tailbone. So, but it's been bigger than ever before. The last few nights, it's been really swollen. Like before, I could feel it. Next day, I get up, it'll probably go down or whatever. But it's swollen up under the skin down there, and I'm probably gonna have to hurry up and go down to the doctor.
Okay. So on that note, let's let the children get ready to go home and go back to their worlds or whatever. We're going to be here tomorrow. And then also keep in mind that this coming Sunday, the 23rd, honey, of March.
Sarah is coming.
Sarah Dash, honey, of LaBelle, honey, which, from Sarah Dash. She's going to be with us.
She's so sweet. I love Miss Sarah.
And carrying on, and she's going to want you guys to go and vote for her because she's up for the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
What?
The New Jersey Rock Music Hall of Fame or whatever.
I did not know that. What?
Yeah, she's up for it. So she's gonna, she's gonna talk about that and things. So we're gonna have some fun. I consider her my big sister, even though she should be my auntie. I consider her like a big, big, big sister to me because, honey, that woman there has taken me through some dark times, child, and I'm just so grateful to God that people who I have admired and I have looked up to all of my life, honey, I can now say they are friends or at least friendly or whatever to me and things of that nature. So it's been a wonderful thing. So, honey, on that note, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings. We're the Big Meech and Aunt Nikki and the big guy ally, Big Red, honey. So, honey, if you love us, tell all of your friends. If you hate us, though, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this. Everything that we're doing over here, honey, we'll move forward in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, darlings. Okay? So, honey, we're going to let you guys and bid you guys adieu. And I'm going to sit down here and stretch out my legs, honey, so I can get it together. And things of that nature. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I'm right there. Okay. So on that note, my darling, we're going to say, ooh.
Are we still coming? Yes, come through. Yes. What y'all know about that? Y'all don't know about that.
I had to go longer because I fucked up in the beginning.
Bye, y'all.
And scene, right?